Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Friday, April 22nd. We are live from Earl's. We're also brought to you by Sterling Automotive, my good friends at Dos Equis as well, and a whole bunch of other sponsors that we will get to throughout the course of the show. Floyd is in here. We're actually almost right on time.
Like I'm in space, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, fashionably late.
Yes,
fashionably
we're right
late.
on time. What, 1 minute? Who wants to be the party on time?
You're right.
You're not
Fashionably late. That's what we need to do.
That's right.
We have my good friend Sean Ochinko. He's the show. He's here.
Very happy to be
the Big
here.
O show.
Very happy to be here.
The
Yes,
Big O show. Yeah. Very happy for you. We got Jackie Boy here. He's our basketball insider. That's who he's here for. I am obviously not.
Stewie, you're in the shot.
Stewie, where are you?
Look
Stewie's
alive.
in here?
Yeah, where are you?
Stewie's in here. Where are you? I couldn't see him.
Blends in.
He's in there.
God, boy.
We got a very relaxed, fun, good, entertaining, hopefully, show
Definitely.
today. It was 420 2 days ago.
2 day
Oh,
hangover.
yeah, you don't participate at all.
Hangover show today. Yeah, it's okay. 2 days ago, you just woke up today, and it's still not 420. So you had a good 420.
420 every day for you.
Yeah, 420 every day.
They just asked me at the bar, how was your Wednesday? And I was like, what do you know? What did I do? And they're like, 420. And I was like, that's how far gone I am. But it was a great Wednesday when I put all the pieces together.
420 was a great
little
Wednesday.
steaks. Steaks with the boys.
Some people had to leave their state to go to another state to cross the border to enjoy 420. Luckily here, with Relief Med, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah, or be a grown-up. Call me.
I'm sure the person who said they were out of the other state didn't leave the state. They just wanted to seem like they're on the other part of the state.
Hit the plug.
Yeah, but we got a good show today. We're drinking. We're having some drinks. I have some coffee too. I'm doing both. I got a little both.
Poor heart.
I got a little both. Yeah, it's okay.
Whiskey
Friday.
coffee.
Whiskey.
Whiskey coffee. I got whiskey Red Bull.
Instead of Red Bull vodka, this is my drink.
healthier
It's choice.
version.
Coffee and whiskey.
It's the Irish.
We got a little LSU baseball talk. LSU won the first game of the series, which is always the big game of the series. They things got a little dicey in the 7th inning and tried to give it away, but they didn't. Gervais came in, shut the door. Get to that. Pels, big game today in New Orleans. Big game in the blender. Big weekend in New Orleans. You got the Zurich. You got Pelicans have 2 home games. You have one on today and one on Sunday. Have a chance to take control of the series without Devin Booker.
Are they the favorite tonight?
Nope. Took a money line though.
What's the spread?
Yeah.
It is +2, I think. I want straight up. I want money line.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
I
call.
want money line. I mean,
Good juice on it?
Yeah. It is plus money. I don't know what the juice is. I went. Now, I wouldn't listen to my bets. I went 0-4. Actually, Sean was at my house on Wednesday enjoying a nice meal that I prepared for my friends, and I'm watching the game on the money that I had, and he's rooting actively against the other 2 teams because
Dead and
My
buried.
family's from Philly.
I understand that, and they beat me on a buzzer beater. On a buzzer beater.
Look,
He's so good.
this is where my family's from.
I understand that. I understand.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know.
I understand that. It hurt me.
I'm
And
sorry.
I believe that I put some karma that went against me into the universe, but it's okay.
Look,
No,
it's not the
Hey,
end.
look,
It's
I
not the end.
went 0-4, and then we got a text from our good friend, who I'm not going to mention on air,
Maintenance man.
who said that this was the lock
Yes.
because he's a very good gambler, and he said you got to put money on this. It was college baseball game, Long Beach State. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I haven't been winning any bets all day. I'm going to put money on Long Beach State because
No. You tell it how it actually happened. This man was out of credit. He had to borrow a line of
Yeah, I
credit
didn't have
from
any
me,
more money.
Major League Baseball player, lives with his parents, and he's like, would you mind putting what it is? Like, all right, yes, this will cover the stakes. Thought we were going to win. It was no problem.
So that's how dark it was. You're betting on West Coast college baseball. That's what that.
Yeah,
On
I was
somebody
talking about-
else's
and you know what
account.
happened? And you know what happened? I lost all of them. I went 0 for 5.
Do you know anything about Long Beach State?
Dirtbags.
I knew Evan Longoria went there.
Yep.
And
Troy Tulowitzki.
too.
Yep. Yes.
And Jared Weaver.
Yep.
They had some good players that come out of there.
None of which were playing
But
on Wednesday.
Unfortunately, they're not playing there right now.
No, that was many moons
That
ago.
was many moons ago,
Yes.
and they lost. So that 0 for 5.
4-3.
But I'm back on the horse.
Minus
I'm back on the
175.
horse.
It's up and down.
Brutal.
Yeah,
It's
I'm back on the
gambling.
horse. Look, you know what? I told you. I said I was either going to get back to the money that I initially put in and then get out of the Barstool Sportsbook app because I'm not a huge fan of it. Or I was going to lose all my money and get out of the Barstool Sportsbook. Obviously, I wish I would have gotten my money back. I lost all of my money.
You like DraftKings better?
No, Caesars.
Nuts. Yes.
Caesars. So I'm in the Caesars Sportsbook. So these are, I bet, we're going to go straight to the bets. We're just going to go straight to the bets, and then we're going to talk about preview of the game and the review of yesterday's game. Because I watched the game, but I was kind of like in and out. I was talking to my wife. I was doing different stuff. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch the game today. I recorded it. I'm going to rewatch it, and I'm going to take notes. I did it. I'm proud of myself.
Gather a little data.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I went through it, took some notes. Like, I'm not nothing mind-blowing. I was listening to Dave DeLucci, who was doing the game, which a friend of mine. It's great to hear him do it.
Sure.
But we're going to get to that. My picks, though, I have LSU in the Missouri game. I bet that game. I went over to 12.5 runs. I know. You don't. I know, Floyd, you don't like it.
This guy, every time I try, I was like, Mike, you know what would be great for you if you learned to listen? And he goes, no.
Over
never.
12.5 on Friday night or Thursday night?
The second game.
Second game, but then
It was
throw in
tonight.
the third. Yeah, tonight.
Tonight.
So tonight, 12.5?
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
8-6, you win.
I don't hate it.
That's what he does.
7-6, you win.
He just makes up numbers that add to
7-6, you win.
14.
Think of it. A 7-6
They all-
game is a realistic game.
They only scored 5. They only scored 5 last night.
9-4, you win.
At home. I don't
4-0,
imagine
you lose. We could play the game all day.
Yeah, but who's gonna? We're not losing 9-4.
I don't know.
We're not winning.
They don't hit
4-0.
lefties. LSU baseball hasn't hit lefties
Well,
yet.
we're
They're
gonna
in
hit 'em.
Missouri throwing a lefty.
We're gonna hit them.
I'm going to go 9-4. 9-4.
I like that one. See, 9-4. We won. I win.
You push.
No, it was
That's
9-4.
13. That's over 12.5, right? Wow, bad math, Floyd.
Can't score half a point, half a run.
Bad math, Floyd.
Well,
You're a very intelligent person. That was disappointing.
Drink that whiskey.
that's right.
You don't need any more of that. I
Oh.
need you to bear down over there,
That's
okay?
swing oil.
But
9
that
plus
I have.
4.
So I have that game, the over 12.5.
I went the opposite way.
I know you did.
I went
I
Missouri
know,
money
which is
line.
great. This is good. It's good for the show. It's good for the show.
Because we did go Brooklyn together, and then Ochinko over there was like, "Oh, y'all are buried." And like the third quarter, he was calling like, "This is over. This is cooked."
Dude, the
And we were good.
Celtics are got it rolling. Everyone's hating Kyrie. The vibe, they're riding the wave.
You know what? I didn't take into account Ramadan.
He's hungry.
He hasn't eaten all day.
Yeah, he was.
Or
I didn't
drinking
take- I didn't
anything,
take-
drunk
I didn't take
anything.
that into account, and I should have taken that into account. And you're in the garden.
He did eat. He had a banana.
I thought you couldn't eat anything.
Well, he broke it and lost.
You sure?
It was tough. I saw a photo of it.
Was it not? Was it during dark time? Sunlight
It
was not
dark
out.
Time, yeah.
Yes, it's
He
fine.
broke it.
No, it's not fine.
He broke Ramadan.
You can eat as long as the sun's not
Oh,
out.
you're right, yeah.
So it's good.
This.
That's great. That's
Okay,
great.
what
But
what is Ramadan?
it is a
Muslim.
Muslim.
Oh, okay.
You have to fast. You can't eat or drink anything as long as the sun's up
You have to
For
pray
one
all
day?
No, for like weeks.
for a month. So
You don't eat food for one whole month?
No, then you eat when the sun goes down.
No, as long as the sun's up. If
was
the
like,
sun's
holy
up,
smokes.
if like from dawn till dusk till dawn,
Yes.
So you eat in the morning, right before the sun comes up, eat breakfast, and
and
grind it
ha-
out till the end of the night.
and you hammer food all night.
That's not bad. You tell me you wake up at 6 a.m., crush an omelet, eat eggs, go big, smoothie, and hold it off until 8 o'clock?
I didn't think about that to where he could actually eat before the sun comes up. He could eat twice in a day if he
Right.
wanted to. I don't
That's
think
not
they
that
do
bad.
that.
You tell me you couldn't eat a huge
No,
breakfast
I
at
guess you
6
could.
a.m.
You know
and
what?
then
I
push-
didn't think. That's
I don't
good-
think they do
Look,
that.
See, that's why you're on the show because you bring great
look,
insight just
that's
like
it.
that.
I mean, just think about it.
I mean, I did think about it.
The
That's a
sun's
good
only
point.
up for so long. We can still make sense
Yeah,
of
but
meals.
can you perform at a high level in the NBA playoffs in the Garden and
Can't drink water either.
No, you can't do anything.
Ooh,
Get 30
water.
ounces.
No water's tough.
Can you get IV? Can you get IVs?
No, maybe.
Ah, that's not
You
drinking.
can't put anything.
That's not
no water,
drinking.
no food, no salt tablets, no nothing.
Nothing can be.
The
Eating-
water part's the hardest part. You gotta
Right,
go
but-
play an NBA
but can
game.
you
not
get
drinking any water.
IVs? If you can get IVs, does anybody know this?
I don't know. Oh, you would call a doctor?
No, you'd have to ask us.
I don't think you'd have to
Or a
call a
bu-
doctor. I don't think a doctor would tell you how.
I'm sure they've worked with
the Muslim
other.
holidays
I know, but
work.
we would need to call a high priest.
I think the
We might have
Google
found
machine
a
will tell you.
might have found a loophole
here.
There might be a loophole.
I
We
think-
could
I
save
think
the
did
series
find-
for the
I think we did
Nets.
find a loophole. I think we did. Anyways, because you brought the Brooklyn game. I was like, how do we even get to that?
Yes, of course.
You brought the Brooklyn game up. But Brooklyn doesn't play tonight. They play tomorrow, so I'm not betting that game. I picked Philly at Toronto. I picked Toronto +3 today. You don't like that. You hate that.
Toronto sucks.
It's at Toronto, though. It's in Toronto.
They're gonna sweep them. They're too good.
Oof.
Philly's too
I think
good.
they still one game. I think this is
That's
the
a
game
stiff
still.
look too.
I know,
He wasn't even
there was
flinching. That's
no
very,
hesitation.
very
Hesitation.
strong look.
No hesitation. All right.
Very
I
confident.
disagree. I think they're going to win. I think Toronto wins one game. This is the game they win. I took them +3.
Embiid will close them out with like 40.
Embiid is very good. Embiid is very good.
Daggered him.
He daggered
with
him.
the
I know,
game
I
winner.
watched it. I
and then
saw
he,
it.
then he gave Drake daggers.
Well, it
He's
came
like,
full circle last time he
Yes.
was there. Kawhi hit the shot,
The bouncer.
and he was crying,
yes.
and then he
Brutal.
was going for blood.
Brutal. And then the big game is Phoenix.
Bells.
Atlanta.
No, in New Orleans, in the blender.
Yes.
I took, it's +2, this freaking fly. It's +2, but I took New Orleans money line. Pels money line. I'm riding with them. Booker's not. I don't know how they're not favored. I know the Suns are the best team in the NBA. I know they have the best record in the NBA. I know that they had a winning record with Devin Booker out. But I think that after Devin Booker going out and being out and saying that they're not playing and losing a game in Phoenix, going back to New Orleans, I think that New Orleans should be favored. I'm glad they're not because I'm getting plus money and they're going to win.
I'm on it. I'm on the Pelicans.
I want to go to a game. I want to go to a playoff game.
Booker's out.
I know.
The vibe's high.
Maybe Heineken offered me tickets earlier in the season. Maybe they'll offer me some playoff tickets one day.
Sunday?
That was probably what game did
8:30?
you?
8:30 we can go.
Ooh, that's late.
We can make
wake
it though.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Obviously y'all are both on the Pelicans. I am on the Suns money line.
I know. I see that.
Yeah.
No,
that.
no, you're not.
I think
it
I would
says
money
Suns
line.
plus 1.5 on here.
Oh, even better. I'll take a little points. Every
Yeah,
time
of
I
course.
can get them.
Are you just go opposite of Mikey? That's what you do?
I went 0-4 right in front of my face, Coach.
Fade him.
You rode him that on the 0-4 train?
Just we were both on the Nets, and then we were both on Long Beach, and so the other three were his picks. So now I'm just when you see somebody
I was
struggling,
told I wasn't a good gambler, and I fought that claim, and I think they're probably right.
I'm
But
bad.
not gonna-
I'm very poor at it too.
I don't give up though.
I can do SEC college baseball. I feel like that's my strength.
Yeah.
Missouri money line then. I did that too.
You did?
Absolutely.
You took Missouri.
Yes.
You have a
Why?
vendetta against this LSU baseball team.
Prove it.
Missouri's 5-11.
Well, we're about to be 6-11.
That hurts.
That hurts.
Well,
This is a sweepable.
It's a sweepable
this
series,
Is good
yes.
This is a good segue into what I want to talk about. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
What I
Give me a reason.
was gonna say, there's a reason Blake Money is not your Friday night guy. Every time he goes out on
You're
Saturday,
not on Blake Money. You're off. Blake
I'm
Money.
off Blake Money. I feel like the team is he puts a lot of pressure on himself, and it feels like the team.
Would you
senses
consider
up.
Blake Money a front runner?
What do you mean?
Like it's okay when everything's going good.
Absolutely.
He didn't let me finish, but okay. You know exactly what I meant, and you just wanted me to say it.
Yeah, I wanted you because I think you see it too. Like there's even when he gave up.
Don't put words in my mouth.
The last time he pitched, he gives up the
I
bomb.
didn't say that.
I'm saying this. I watched it while we were texting back and forth watching the game. He gives up a bomb. He goes for the groin. He's like, tweaked the groin. Pitches like 3 more innings after that. Something goes wrong. Somebody else did it. And that's okay, Blake. Like, I want you to be the Friday night guy. You came in here, won a bunch of games early.
It's Friday night. It's night.
Oh, Friday he's back in
back in
his
his
comfort
role.
zone.
He's back in his role.
But I feel like he wants to be that guy and wants to be that dominant. But it puts the pressure on the defense so much, and they haven't been playing well. When one thing goes wrong, he's cutting daggers at everybody, and it's an uneasy feeling when you feel like a guy that should be an ace doesn't trust anybody behind him, and it just trickles down. And it's not his fault. He's just trying to pitch too well. And I think and then you got LSU going up against a lefty, and they haven't hit him well. So all
That's
of
a
that.
good
Everything you say is valid. It's very valid, and it's very very thought out. I understand.
9+4.
I think you're wrong. I think they're going to go over, especially if I'm betting the over 12.5. If it goes over 12.5, LSU wins the game.
Well, you're saying Blake Money gets shelled also.
No, I'm saying LSU shells their lefty.
12-0.
That would lose. I would lose that
That's
game.
bad math again, Floyd. Jeez, 13's the number.
9-4. 12.
Good night.
I would lose that game.
Don't let me
but
keep your scorecard.
I think that Blake Money has good. He threw 6 2/3 last game. I know he got shelled. He gave up 4 runs on
he
3
hurt his
home
groin.
runs, and if the wind wasn't blowing, he
Some
probably would have
wild
given up
outs.
6 home runs. I get that, but he didn't. He got through 6. Maybe that's a confidence booster for him. He's got good enough shit to get through the game and to shut down a subpar team in Missouri. Now, Missouri's strength is their middle of their lineup. It's not a strength of their team, which, they're 5-11 in the SEC, and they're not.
Yeah, they're not very good.
They're not. You should sweep this shit. If you want to host a regional, you got to sweep this series.
LSU's got to win what? To host a regional?
You have to at least go 15-15 in the SEC this year.
So I was thinking about today. 16 and
And they don't wanna-
16 and 14.
16 and 14 definitely hosting. Definitely.
They got to win. They got
You have to sweep
the week.
If you sweep this year 10-8, that leaves 4 series of the year. That leaves
12 games left.
right after this. Right, you have Alabama, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt the last weekend of the series, which
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough at
Yeah.
Vandy, and then you have one other series that I don't
Georgia.
know.
Yes.
Is it Georgia? So you have 4,
All
right?
the time.
Georgia's ranked. I think Alabama's ranked. Vanderbilt is not ranked, which is weird. How are we ranked and Vanderbilt's not? But anyway, they're not ranked. And
It's their hashtag.
who did I say? Ole Miss. Ole Miss is not ranked.
Ole Miss is
Ole Miss
doing
is
very bad.
They're in a dark place. Bianco.
I think this might be the straw that broke the camel's back for Bianco. He's had too many good teams.
He was the one team in the country this year.
Coach, they've had too many good teams that have underachieved. He's made it to Omaha one time in 8 million years as the head coach at Ole Miss. This team is preseason ranked high, at one time number 1, and they're 6-10 in conference. That's poor. That's not good. It might be getting a little sour over there. The same voice for too long.
Yeah. It happens.
That's it.
It happens.
It's life.
I mean, there's not very.
The back and forth between, I'm trying to cut back and forth. That's life. That's life. That's life. The boys,
It happens.
It happens.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Everything
I mean.
has an expiration date. Right?
Look,
Unless you're Coach K or you're Nick Saban or you're one of those guys up at the top of the summit.
Don't talk about Coach K because Floyd hates Coach K.
He's dead. He'll be dead in a month. Unless
aggressive,
unless he coaches again or becomes the dean of college basketball, he's paternoing
How could
it.
you not like Coach K?
Team
That's what
USA.
he just did.
He's
Jay
mad
Wright
because-
retired like a gentleman, and Coach K had his victory.
Yeah, did you see Jay Wright? A little statement.
Jay Wright.
Oh, that's
bounced
another
because
thing.
he's-
I think Jay Wright.
Lakers.
Lakers.
I think he's
100%.
doing the Pat Riley thing.
He stepped down because, hey, you want to come be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers with LeBron James? Sure, that sounds tremendous. That's what I want to do.
Can I wear my suits?
Oh, I live in Philly with Villanova, or I go to live in LA and be the head coach of the Lakers and probably fulfill a lifelong dream? 1,000%. What, would you not do that?
I would absolutely do that.
Now, did y'all see the other potential? This is a Friday show. This is off the rails. I love it. I love it. I saw Shaq on a podcast. They came out and asked him. It was him. I forgot who asked him. Asked him what it would take for him to coach the Lakers. He said, my salary would have to be $20 million to coach the Lakers. And then Master P said he would be the head coach and for free. And you would let Shaq
Master P be head
Master
coach?
P be the head coach of the Lakers and Shaq be the assistant coach. Can you imagine?
That's outrageous.
LeBron's
That's
still GM.
It's a semi-pro.
Can you imagine? That'd be great. That'd be great. Great TV. Great content.
I think, cold hard take, Jay Wright, head coach of the Lakers.
Yes.
There's no way he just randomly steps down at the age
Out
that
of
he's
nowhere.
Maybe he's just tired of the NIL transferring because Villanova, you're there for 4 years. I can't name one player that's. I don't think they've had a one-and-done guy.
They're
Josh
white guy.
Hart was there for 3
yeah.
years. Arch Diacono was there, and then he had a brother. They were there for 10 years.
Your knowledge is
Alexi was
great.
there
Your
for
knowledge is
6
great because
years.
I didn't even know Josh Hart went to Villanova.
I mean, Bridges went there. He played for 4 years, won a national title. Like, you go there for 4 years.
Yeah, that's
and then
good.
it's
But then,
changing.
you still play like those guys are playing in the NBA. Well,
So you think he's just bouncing because he's tired of the whole,
He's over it.
the whole
I
thing?
mean, you won.
I mean, he's
Two
young.
national
How old
titles.
is he? He's
He's
young.
60 years old.
He's 60. That's
looks
not
40.
that old
Dude,
in the
Nick
coaching world.
Saban's
He
like
looks
73.
great.
looking
Nick
60.
Saban's like 73. There's a lot of meat on the bone.
I mean,
He's
Brian
on.
Kelly's 60.
Speaking of new sponsors, Rejuve Nick Saban is on.
Look at
So-
you.
Does he look
great?
Rejuve me. Nick
What?
Saban is?
Yeah, he's aged backwards.
What's wrong with that,
Benjamin
though?
Good,
It's great.
that's what I'm saying.
If you've got listen to me. If you've got the money, spend the money to look as good as you want to look for as long as you want to look.
Oh.
Why not?
Why not?
That's why all these guys. Look at Brad Pitt. I went to watch a movie the other day with. We went to what is that movie? It's with Channing Tatum and
Snatch.
Sandra Bullock, and Brad Pitt is like this badass. Like it's like funny. He's like this Marine. He's shredded. He looks great. He looks probably what 50. How old is Brad Pitt? 50 years old. He's got to be. He's probably older than that.
He's probably.
Is that
Wow.
right? I mean, he's 50 plus. You have
Best body
J-Lo,
of all time in Fight Club.
50 plus. Like all these people.
Oh, do it.
look-
Well, did you see Drew
58
Brees?
years old.
58.
He's 58 years old, and he's
Leap
still
year.
playing like badass action.
He's got baby's blood.
Look,
It's unbelievable.
with Botox, Rejuve Drew Brees hair plugs, Brian Urlacher hair plugs. You could stay if you
Jason
want to
Witten hair
look good
plugs.
for a long period
With
of time.
modern
you can look
standards, I
good.
don't see why I can't live to 120,
Your
130 years
dad's,
old.
your dad's triceps.
Yeah, no, look,
Cold sculpting.
that's
Yeah,
it.
cool sculpting.
Cool
Are you kidding
sculpting,
me?
cool tone.
One more session.
Skincare aesthetics.
At Katie
Shout out,
Kerje.
Shout out.
Cool sculpting Katie.
Cool Sculpting Katie.
Yes.
Follow her at Cool Sculpting Katie. on
At Cool
Instagram.
Sculpting Katie.
IG.
Fix your love handles before summer hits.
Yeah, yep. Free what? Free what?
A free cool sculpting cycle now.
Ooh. Free.
Slim and trim.
Slim and just for the summer. Get the summer body ready.
F45.
If you don't want to
and
put
cool
it, if you don't
sculpting.
want to, you got the free F45 and a free Cool Sculpt. You are. If you have no,
free
you have
Rejuve me.
zero excuses.
Floyd, I think you need to go to dreads too. I'm gonna be honest with you. You need
Ooh.
to go or cornrows.
Wow.
I'll do that in a heartbeat.
I think you with cornrows would be fire.
Everybody needs a gimmick. That's
Oh,
your gimmick.
Bronson Arroyo.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't pull off cornrows?
I know I could.
1,000%.
1,000%.
I think you should do it.
What's
Can
the
we make
next?
that happen?
Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah,
Can we make that happen?
Absolutely. Well, I got to go to after Pebble. I think they would kick me off the course.
No, actually, you should walk into Pebble Beach with cornrows.
Content.
Watch me hit one ball.
I mean, it's not like you're going there with a mullet. You know, it's not like it's much better.
Yeah, but
tuck it down.
But the mullet's okay because Cam Smith has a mullet.
Right.
He's on tour, so
Yeah, he looks greasy.
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks
He
like,
looks like a hockey player.
They look the same. They
I'll
look
knock
similar.
a tooth out.
Yeah, I know you will.
They look similar.
Cam Smith walked so I could run.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean,
John Daly. Legend.
Be you.
I'm so happy John Daly's son's good at golf and probably gonna be on the tour, so I can see a lot more of John
Did you see
Daly.
the NIL deal?
NIL
Hooters.
deal with Hooters.
Yeah, he's been there a million times to pick his
That makes
dad
sense.
up when he was
I
12.
mean, that's like the
I'm
most makes
surprised that it took this long.
no doubt.
Like Hooters is. Like
Have you? I haven't
Daly's
seen.
thing.
What's John Daly's son's name?
John
Junior.
Daly.
He's
Oh,
junior.
John Daly Jr.
JD
Is he
Jr.
big?
Oh, yeah.
He's big like
No,
his dad.
No, he's still young, so he's got like a little bit of baby fat, but he's
Yeah, but
tall,
not
thick.
like-
No, he's not like
How old is
you know.
he?
he's not
Pounds
gigantic.
it.
He's a sophomore at Arkansas, I think?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he's good.
He played he played in the same tournament that
Charlie.
Charlie Woods and Tiger Woods played, and yeah.
Justin Thomas and his dad
His dad.
cuckolded the whole thing. Like, what do y'all do? Justin Thomas, you're a top 5 player in the world. Why are you here with your dad? Everybody's playing with their kids. And you just want to come in here and win this tournament? It's just unfair.
I like him going with his dad.
I do too, but not there. I mean, but you can't card a score. Your dad's a scratch golfer, and you're the best player there by far.
Did they win?
Of course, they win every year.
I would do that every year.
They're
I
not.
love
They're
it.
not going
I'm
to
just
win.
jealous.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win every
Truth
year for
comes
long.
out.
They're no-
Charlie's going to. They're going to start winning that.
They're no Bill and Jay Haas, that's for sure.
That's Bill and Jay Haas. Love. Shout out to
Shout
Bill
out.
and Jay.
That's a bullet point for later. That's big.
That's a big bullet point for that. That's a big foreshadowing for later.
Tease.
Big tease. You're a big teaser.
Break
But-
down the Missouri game, baseball.
You want me to?
Yeah. You did all your. Dude, you watched the game twice.
I didn't watch it twice. I watched it really 1.5 times. Really once, but then background noise the first last night live, and it's better watching it because you can fast forward and it's quicker. You know,
Lynn on the call.
Lynn was not on the call.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Also, when are we gonna stop? Like, when are these announcers gonna show up at the games now? Like, why are they still doing it virtually?
Oh, they just started
still?
doing that again.
Why? COVID's back.
Money.
Like, you called
Uncle
it.
C.
You called COVID. I don't know how, why is COVID back? It's not killing anybody.
COVID's not bad.
It's back?
Oh, it's back.
It's not bad.
With what?
Omicron.
No, it's not
Same
Omicron.
one.
It's another
Mask
one.
anymore.
Floyd, they took the masks off of the airlines. It's over.
Because of Florida. Thank you. That's your hometown. That's your home state.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
once,
you, Florida.
once they go no mask in the airplanes, you know, like they've done the research.
Oh,
It's
speaking of
over.
airplanes, did y'all see Mike Tyson punch this guy in the face
Yeah.
on the airplane? This guy was drunk behind Mike Tyson. He was harassing him, like saying all this shit. And Mike Tyson's like
Guy was
being
harassing
Mike. He was drunk. And he was like talking shit and like saying stuff. And Mike Tyson was telling him to hold off. And the guy apparently threw a water bottle at Mike Tyson. And then the next thing is Mike Tyson's over and just beating the shit out of him.
cracking him.
Hit him in the face.
What
This
did you
guy's cutting in the
expect?
face. And then the
Yeah,
guy's
right?
looking like this hammered, like, hey, bro, what are you? You're talking shit to the
A fucking cage
the
tiger.
best right hand, the best hook in boxing history. This guy would kill people in the first
And I
round.
was mentally insane. I mean, he's
Insane.
just out
He
of
has a tattoo on his face.
yeah.
Like a big ass tattoo on his face.
On purpose.
On purpose.
I talk shit to Kimbo Slice before I talk shit to
No,
myself.
yeah. Like,
Rest in peace.
Yes.
yeah.
Moment of
Seriously.
silence.
But like,
He had a
why?
good run.
Anyway, that was airplane brought it up. Couldn't get out of it. It's Friday. We talk about whatever comes to our mind. And you requested the review of the baseball game, right? I thought they played well. No errors. Jacob Berry actually made, shout out there. Let's get a high five.
Look how these left and right
Round
hands
of
work together,
applause
boys.
To the no errors. That's huge. There's not many games. Now, our catching performance defensively is atrocious.
Not good.
Was Travinsky behind the plate?
Yes. No, I like Travinsky. I like him. I think he can hit a little bit. I think he's a big dude. I like him. But in a cross up, that was bad.
He gets crossed up every game.
Is that his fault or I don't know.
A lot of it.
You tell me. You're the catcher.
A lot of it is focus from pitch to pitch. That's what it is.
Right.
Okay. So when you when you can't slow the game down and slow your heart rate down, and take it from pitch to pitch and have ultimate focus every single pitch and not take pitches off, that's what happens, right? So the catching
He was
has been
pancaking shit.
horrendous. Okay. So you know what you do? You go in there, you take extra reps off the machine, you take extra reps off breaking
Yeah,
balls.
but can you teach soft hands? Can you teach that? Is that something that you have, or can you teach that?
So a lot of the stuff with catching is more flexibility and some God-given, defensive skills like tracking down on a ball in the outfield with your foot speed.
Knowing if you're left-handed or right-handed.
Yeah, that's probably something you need to figure out early on. But no, it's really hard to make a poor defensive catcher good. I think Travinsky can hit. I think his defense is horrendous. I think McManus' defense is horrendous. And
Milazzo is excellent, but can't swing
Milazzo's
it.
excellent, but he can't hit himself out of a wet paper bag. And the thing is that. But look, we take that, right?
Right. It's a yes.
Because we have enough guys on the team that can hit.
Yeah.
We
So
can't
you rather
have the pass
Milazzo?
ball, clank job, run scores, pass ball.
What do you got on
against the
that?
second.
What do you have on the one leg out?
Very, very off the one leg out.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Make
And
sure-
especially people on base.
Look, when you watch the guys in the major leagues, do you want to know why they're doing one leg down? Okay, so the metrics show that if they put one knee down and they can get themselves in a position where their glove can get under the K zone, they can steal more strikes. And stealing more strikes is what we want, right? Understandable. And also the major league pitchers don't miss like college pitchers. They don't have a huge target to miss, right? College pitchers do. One knee down in college is stinky. Because it leaves you immobile. You can't move and fire to block pitches that are outside of the strike zone.
Right.
And that's what happens. One knee down is
Especially with
so
guys on
bad.
base. With nobody on base and you're trying to steal that 0-2 or whatever pitch, okay, I can maybe tolerate that because you don't have.
anybody on base.
But when you have people on base, I see the leg out, I'm stealing.
I was just thinking that. Why would you not take off? Just
Especially
go.
if you have Razelman
fine.
seven a million times and you have the catcher with one leg out. I'm gone.
You want to know why? Because everyone follows the trends of what the big leaguers are doing, right?
But they're big leaguers.
But they're big leaguers, and the pitchers are big leaguers, and their command is big league. It's not college. It's not
Right.
high school, right? So I'm so far off the knee down stuff. That's
Well, you almost have to earn the knee down. You have to be Yadier Molina. Give me or Pudge Rodriguez. You have to be such
I don't even know
a
if
force.
Pudge did the one leg down.
He just through from his knees back in the day. Ooh, cannon.
just throwing rockets down.
I mean, Pudge threw the first pitch out one day and he threw from home plate to second base. That was his first pitch.
oh yeah, he had an absolute blowtorch.
And he threw it right. Perfect. Unbelievable.
No doubt. He was my favorite player growing up.
Pudge?
Absolutely.
He's a great player.
Miss him. I bet he could still get you one today if he needed to. He played forever.
Oh, he did. He was durable.
Yeah, he's good. His son's pitching in big leagues.
Probably as a rocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, his son
I didn't know
pitched for
that.
the Giants. I don't know if he still pitched
Yeah.
for the Giants.
Oh, bullpen guy.
Yeah. No, was he? Is he bullpen
Long
guy or
hair.
starter?
That's all I know.
He does have very long hair. Very long hair.
Tall, skinny.
Little Pudge weight.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's tall. I think he's taller than Pudge.
Well,
It's not hard to beat.
I mean, it's your son, so you would think that it's similar to
His height.
his height, but he's not.
like Vlad Guerrero.
Not similar. They're different.
Well,
body
there's
types.
one
They're
out
very
there.
different
There's
body
one out
types.
there.
I know there is one. So we talked to Gabriel.
Gabriel might be Vlad's kid.
They look identical.
It's weird.
Vlad,
Gabriel?
he's an outfielder. Has an absolute rocket. Same physique, tall, lanky.
Looks nothing
absolute-
like his real son.
And he looks just like Vlad Senior, and then Vlad Junior doesn't really look
Oh.
that much like.
Both Vlad's kids?
Nope. But
Looks
Vlad's,
like that.
Vlad's nephew is Gabriel,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I don't know if
Look, some of the family DNA stuff, you know how it goes.
maybe you never know. But Vlad, I
I'm
think Vlad.
12.
I think Vlad Junior's hitting 60 homers this year. I said that. I think
He's
that's happening.
serious.
He's unbelievable.
He's very good.
He's unbelievable. But we're still talking LSU baseball. Mikael Hilliard is. Listen, I like Mikael. I think it was a solid college pitcher. I think he's probably fits the mold of a Sunday starter, but he is willing himself to be the ace, and he's been great. He is.
He has stepped up in a big way.
He has, and we needed it. We don't have our starting pitching has been bad.
He's been around long enough. He's landing his breaking ball, which is
He's got a
the key,
great earring.
right? Yep. He's got the Barry Bonds earring, which I'm 50-50 on. But
Depends on how he pitches.
you pitch good, you can wear the Barry Bonds earring. You go out there in 2 innings, you give up 8 runs, no Barry Bonds earring.
You have to
Right.
Jonathan Giles it, take it off.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
can't produce.
But
No longer seven.
I was around McHale for a year. I love McHale. He's a great kid. I'm very happy to see him do well. He's definitely rising to the occasion. He's been a huge help to the team, and hopefully he can keep it going. You know what I mean? He's been around the SEC long enough. He knows what's the deal. So, you just got to keep it going.
He does.
Could you have predicted anything like Mikael Hilliard becoming your Friday night guy?
No.
After the way
I
his
thought
career's been?
Mikael-
He was
I thought-
essentially off
No,
the
he
team at one
Up and
point.
down, up and
Yeah,
down.
and he threw really now. They threw out a crazy stat. He has not lost a game since 2019.
I saw
Obviously,
that last night. I heard that last night.
2020 was it wasn't a full season, but he didn't lose last year. He didn't start. He didn't really start starting until the end of the season, until May, but he hadn't had a loss, and he threw very well towards the end of that year, and he's carried it over into this year. And I thought going into the season he was going to be like the Saturday or Sunday guy. I thought Blake Money after the first 2 starts, like, damn, this guy's going to be an all-CC pitcher. That hasn't really been the case. They've flip-flopped roles. And I said, I think that if something goes wrong this weekend, tonight, and it's poor and they don't get a W on his weekend, like, I think you give some of these other guys
Blake Money in the pen?
an opportunity. I don't think you put them in the pen, but, like, you have these freshmen that are throwing really well on Sunday. They're piggybacking off each other. Maybe give them both the start. I don't know. I know it's hard to say
I'm
that.
off. No. I agree with you. I'm off Blake Money. I don't really.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Okay.
I hope he
No,
does
he's
well.
probably a great kid. He's working really hard, and like I want him to
Lost a ton of
him to
weight.
do great. And I want LSU to do great. He lost a ton of weight, but like, look, like
Cool school
you need to
thing.
do good for you need to do good for a considerable amount of time before I'm all in. And like I don't know, I think it's a little bit fake, a little bit flash in the pan.
Yeah, I just
stuff,
look.
but
I hope.
could be
And look,
wrong.
I hope
want to be
tonight.
wrong.
I hope tonight. He very well can come out tonight.
7
and
innings,
7
no
innings,
runs,
10
8
Ks,
punchies,
looks
yeah.
great. I'm like, great. That's awesome. I want to see that, and I will give him his flowers on Monday's show and say how good he is. I'll give it to his flowers on Twitter today. Like how good are I don't think he's a bad pitcher. I think he's got great stuff, but you got to show me something. You know, like show me that you have that little bit of fuck you in you. Yeah,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but the lineup's great. Jacob Berry's getting hot. Like I told y'all, you go through lulls in baseball. He got hot. You go through this thing, and he gets hot again. He had 2 home runs and 2 at bats. His first boy. I'll tell you this. You go into there he is. Look, there he is. There he is. My brother-in-law. Thanks for coming. He's nervous. He's nervous. He's nervous. Talk sports.
Nervous.
He's gonna be on here.
No.
You look at it.
Nervous.
Look
Look
at
at
it.
it.
Don't
He's
be
gorgeous.
nervous.
He looks like
He
he
looks
just woke
great.
up.
He's just from work. Tell you what though, if you're playing in a game,
Lloyd, nice to meet you. brother.
oh, I've never met.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
This is great.
What's up, man? Sean, nice to meet you. Good to see you again.
I threw everyone off. Fist bump and my bad.
Just wait, hold on 1 second. Let me finish this thought, and then I'll get you in here. You start off a game. First of all, you start off a game first about homer. You're like, oh, this is like
The rest is land.
Very
everything
good
is just this. Everything's house money.
First at bat homers.
Everything's like I'm relaxed. Whatever. Even if you get out the next 3 times, you're like, I have a homer. You go homer, coach. My legs are kicked up. I'm on the top step of the dugout. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, nothing can go wrong. And then usually when that happens, you have a great game. He ended up getting 3 hits last night. Played great. Looked great. Both home runs came from the left side. Duh. So he only hits home runs from the left side apparently.
He has none from the right.
None from the right. this
0.
year.
That's not a good stat for him.
Yeah, not a good stat for the over tonight.
None.
Jeez, Floyd.
The lefty's not pitching all 9 innings.
You don't know
He's
that.
not. He's not going on. Anyway, lineup's great. He was good. Dylan Cruz is about to get hot. He's going through his little lull period. We had a bunch of opportunities early in the game. Didn't come through with them. We had bases loaded in the 3rd inning, 4th inning. Bases loaded, no outs, no runs. We didn't score 1 run. And then the 5th inning had the same opportunity, runners in scoring position with 1 out. Doty, who has been pretty much clutch all year, comes up with a double. Scores a run, and then Trey Morgan hits a high chopper that one of those things where he must have gone to church or something because this ball hits and bounces 20 feet up in the air over the first base instead of probably should have been an out. Ends up being
Not an out.
a 2 RBI single, which is great. You need those.
Yeah,
Was he batting?
You gotta have those.
Was he batting 5th again?
He's batting 5th, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how. Like, wouldn't you want? I mean, you have a freshman hitting leadoff. Pearson's hitting leadoff still, and you have him hitting 5th. Look, maybe take some pressure off of him. He doesn't have as many at bats. Maybe his knees bang. Morgan's
Pressure
fine.
off of him. He's every time he comes up, there's runners in scoring position.
Yeah, but maybe that's what you want instead
Yeah.
of having multiple at bats. Like maybe take some at bats off his knee. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it, but they're doing it. He's gotten some hits. He had 2 hits yesterday. He had a double. He had a home run last weekend. So I don't know. He looks good.
He's been picking it up.
Yeah, he's great. He looks good. I think he'll be fine. I think the offense is going to pick it up. I think the freshmen are going to start playing better. Then you have in the 8th inning, you had the big cross up between Rizzelman and Travisky. What I've noticed is Jay Johnson is not scared to go out and just take you out. Like Rizzelman came in the 8th inning and he had 2 outs and he walked the guy out. He didn't give him an opportunity to get him out. Lefty brings in Cooper. Cooper hits the lefty. So he gets on base, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. Keeps him in, throws one pitch, then yanks him. So he throws one pitch to the next guy, takes him out, and then puts in Gervais. Gervais goes, see ya, ground ball. Ninth inning was like one of those ninth innings where like the coach is supposed to look for a closer. Hey, everybody else in the dugout, go inside. It's over. He shuts him out, shuts him out. 1, 2, 3, ABC, go home.
Team picture.
That's what you need, right? That's what you want from your closer, stress-free game. So we talked a lot about the bullpen, about how good they are.
How do you get crossed up by Razelman? He only throws one pitch.
100%. He threw a breaking ball.
Oh, did he?
He threw a breaking ball. He thought, thank God Travinski thought it was a fastball. Because if he thought it was a breaking ball and it was a fastball, that's not
Meat
good.
through a straw.
Yeah, you're getting
Tyson on a plane.
You may get knocked out. Yeah.
That's not where you want to be.
Yeah, your bell's rung a little bit, and but yeah, I mean, the game got a little dicey there, but Gervais comes in like that's. I think he's come down. I think he's the closer.
I like him. Big fan of Gervais.
Me too.
I think he's 6'10", lot of movement parts.
He got to 97 yesterday. He is.
Look, man, the LSU pitching, all in all, has been better than we thought it was going to be.
Way better.
And the hitting is probably right where we thought it was going to be. The defense is a thing. Now, obviously, defense at this point has become like a thing. Right? It's gotten in everyone's head. Doty's not been good. Thompson's been horrendous. But it's just being honest. It's been hard to watch.
Thompson tried to make an error. I mean, he tried to make one yesterday. He booted it right here, picked it up. Now he has a shit cannon of an arm. So he picks it up and he fucking hoses the guy out, makes a good throw, gets him out, but wasn't super smooth.
No, it's just we obviously don't have anybody else that could step in because at LSU you can't have that level of defense losing your games not to go, it's back in my day guy with Paul. No. But you just can't keep running on shortstop there, kicking the ball and giving the team nice outs and losing games. There must be nobody else that could step in and be the guy.
It goes to your point that you have to focus every pitch. It's like thing behind the plate.
Yeah.
Every pitch you have to focus on making
and you want the ball to be hit to you. And you're attacking the ball, and it's a mindset. Now, does that come from more phone goes every single day? I'm sure they're doing lots of phone goes. Does it come from a mental coach and a relaxing or gumbo of both things? Probably. But look, this is college baseball. These coaches are here to win. If they don't win, they get fired.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm out there and I'm the shortstop and I'm running out there and it's 8, 10, 12 errors, hey, man, you're taking a seat on the bench for a while.
No doubt.
Sometimes the good way to learn is take a couple steps back, so you can take a couple
relax
steps forward.
Yeah.
But I guess we don't have anybody else. Right?
Yeah,
And it's not like he's hitting 340 with 10 homers.
Yeah.
He's hitting 298 with a couple pops and okay, it's solid, but
But at some point, you want to play it both ways, but at some point he has to look behind. He's like, all right, nobody's going to take my job.
Sure.
Relax, bro. It's all good. You can make 10. You can kick 10 around.
Sure,
but
is that the problem? Is that the problem?
I think he needs to realize that nothing's going to happen.
I think he knows that nothing's going to happen.
So I think the fact that nothing's going to happen is actually counterproductive because it's like, hey man, you're going to about to hit the bench and you know how this Wally Pipp thing works, man. You hit the bench, another guy comes in and plays good, you're out. That's sports in general. So I don't know. That's going to be a big point of emphasis, I'm guessing, for next year with the guys that got coming in. I'm hearing that the team next year is supposed to be incredible. But
number one recruiting class.
We can't run out there somebody that's going to make 24 errors in college baseball. That just can't happen.
How many games did you play?
In
college baseball?
56 plus postseason, you make a deep run. 56.
We played
72.
we were 56 and
17.
17 when we won it all. So that's the max amount of games you can play. We went to game 3 of
73 games.
And if you have 25 boots, Jesus. I mean,
and that season,
the most important position on the infield.
And that season, our shortstop that year had 1 error.
Imagine if you were in the big leagues, times that by 2. That's 46 errors, right? You're never.
Unless you're Fernando Tatis Jr.
Unless Thompson was hitting 350 with 18 pumps and was oh my gosh, but still you just got it's too important up the middle. The catcher, the shortstop, the center fielder, they all got to be good and buttoned up.
That's
if
it.
Not, you
up
don't
the middle
win.
of defense.
That's it.
All right, we're gonna take a little bit of a break. Give some love to our sponsors. We got some things cooking with Assured Partners. So Frankie Harris at Assured Partners is one of our sponsors, and they're down there in Lafayette. They actually can do anything everywhere. But we got some stuff cooking with them. I think you're going to have a little bit more influence on the show. So give them their love and their flowers. I don't even think we have an ad for them, but we don't have one yet. We will have one. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Hey y'all, it's Mikey from Mik'd. Catch us live every Monday and Wednesday, 11 to 1. Talk gambling, talk sports, have a ton of guests in here, get a little perspective from the athlete side of it. We got Lloyd in the house, Jay Mitch is in here a lot of the time. It's a fun show, great show. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you don't like it, it's fine. Make fun of us, it's okay. Just get us out there, share us out there. We having fun, we want to share our fun with you. Like I said, Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Every Monday through Wednesday, 11 to 1. Catch us live on YouTube, baby. See y'all.
The Jordy Collada Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
True Blue Water, true hydration at its finest. Right now, you're only a few minutes away from getting your 5-gallon water delivered to you, just like we are over here at the UDL. All you got to do is log on to truebluewater.com. That's TRU, bluewater.com. The website's fantastic over at truebluewater.com. You can get your service and find out how quick it is. You can schedule a delivery, even hop on the billing system right there at truebluewater.com. TRU, bluewater.com.
The Jordy Collada Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, you sing it. I can't sing. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. State Farm Drew is here, walking out of the bathroom. No, you're in. Come on.
I thought
This
he
is
was
the intro. This is the
I thought
intro.
he was doing a B-rabbit.
This is the intro right here. Coming right in.
I thought he was Mom Spaghetti.
State Farm Drew, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law.
My sister-in-law.
My sister-in-law. Thank
How's
you.
everybody doing?
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, heavy floor. Just
We're doing good.
Just like my grandpa.
Give me
used to
your
do.
your take on the LSU baseball team. What you got?
Like outside of fundamentals,
Oh, what do you see? What would you like to see? What would you like to see more of?
I would like to see consistent fielding. Other than that, and then I think it's really cool how good our offense is. It would be really even cooler, more consistent. Like
Imagine
Yeah,
you
yeah,
put
yeah.
it together.
yeah, like if you could do it all at one time, like
That'd be nice.
we'd be unbelievable.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be good. That'd be
But
good
you
times.
do see what happens when they do put it all together. You saw yesterday.
I wouldn't even say
5-3,
that.
win a little tight game,
I
but
wouldn't
no
even say they
errors.
put it all together, but they played. You got to win
Cleaner.
those games.
Yes.
If you play clean, you win those games. If you don't and you make those errors,
You lose 7-5.
you lose that game. Somehow
12.
that game, the 7th inning, the 8th inning happens, and you end up giving that game up.
Right.
Instead
and
of
you saw that at Arkansas.
exactly.
You know, I was listening to y'all talk about it, and I'm just curious, and I probably should have paid more attention early on in the season. But so Merrifield, right?
Yeah, Jack. Is it Jack? Jack.
They pull him, and there's no way you even talk about Thompson. There's no way you even say, let's just try this. Let's move.
Well, I don't
something
think
around, shake
he
it
can
up.
play short.
I'd imagine at that point in time, Merrifield, Thompson, Doty, Sapp, Cranford, all the guys went out there, and it was just like, oh, this is the best that we got, right? I mean,
Right.
like you'd hope, like wouldn't it be just
Well,
like,
there was in 2010, we had zero depth. and as far as position player goes. We had lost a lot of guys from the year after. We lost Sean, we lost Jay Mitch, we lost Shemp, we lost a lot of guys. LeMahieu. We lost a lot of guys that were in the infield. So we had basically a new infield. We had Hanover, who actually was on the bench at the end of the year, and Nola. And Maneri had the vision of having Nola and Hanover up the middle since they got recruited together, right? So he put them up the middle and thought, okay, I can just fill in third base. We played 6 different guys at third base and could not figure out the right combination, and we didn't have enough depth of guys together. So he brought us in his office, and it was 10 of us. It was 9 plus an extra guy, and he said, these are the only guys on the team that are going to play. So either y'all figure it out or we're not going to be very good. And we ended up playing a little bit better, but we lost out in the regional. But that's kind of how I feel like this team is. Like, they're good, and they have depth. They have a lot of depth on the mound, but not as much.
Tripping over that one today.
I know, depth. A lot of depth on the mound.
Mike Tyson.
But not a lot in the infield.
That.
So I think Thompson is your best bet. It's just gonna have to.
It's just crazy.
replace.
Like, you look at him and you would think, I mean, talent. Like, you look at the kid. And
Saw what happened last year.
I mean,
And he wasn't like that last year.
He's all
The
SEC.
team had a 975 fielding percentage last year.
What is it now?
It's
Not good.
in the 950s.
Is it that good?
It was-
I mean, not that good.
I
Is
thought
that
it
the
was,
high?
last night they showed it was like 9:56. I was watching the
Yeah.
game, flipping back and forth.
Yeah, you had a
That's
Catholic
tough.
High guy there
Yeah.
calling the game.
Yeah, Dave
DeLucci.
big David fan.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't realize he had 410 his junior year at Ole Miss.
He was a player.
Wow, 410.
Long big league career, very good.
Yeah,
player.
he was great.
Very good player.
Good looking guy too.
I'm
Very
sure he had. I'm
very
sure he
handsome guy.
struggled.
Very handsome.
Really a handsome family.
Very handsome man.
I mean, his wife's beautiful.
Yeah.
She was a model. She was on
Price is Right.
Was it Price is Right? Or
No.
was
It was
uh,
a case. It was Deal or No Deal.
No, it wasn't.
No, I think it's Price is Right.
I thought it was.
I think it's
Price
Price
is
is Right. I
Right.
think you're right.
There's no model.
Is it Price is Right? Price is Right.
Look,
Because
my
he was-
wife knows the.
He used to coach Gordy. Gordy, he loves Gordy.
Dave. I hit with Dave one year. Right before in 2014. I hit with him. I should have kept it. One of those best year I've ever hit.
Really?
Hit 300.
Dave's got good vibes. I like Dave.
I like Dave too. He's
Probably
great,
get
but
him
he
on the
was fun.
show.
I'll definitely get him on the show.
Yeah.
It's
That's
an
a
Ole Miss
that's a
guy.
good one.
He's an Ole Miss
Yeah.
guy, but I can get him on
Okay.
the show. He's a baseball guy.
Ole Miss is never a threat. We know that.
Well, they're definitely not a threat this year.
Never.
In the
year.
shitter.
Any year.
Any year, really.
They're gonna be good during the regular
They
season.
had
they're
in
gonna be bad in the
2009.
postseason.
They were ranked. They're really good, right? They played Virginia in the Super Regional. Their second baseman fielded the ball. All he had to do was throw the ball out to first base. They probably would have won the game. They were winning by like 2 or 3 runs. He throws the ball away. They score runs. They blow the game. They lose the game. Virginia goes to Omaha. Ole Miss doesn't. Ole Miss wins that game. They go to Omaha.
Ole Miss has had 5 or 6 teams that were like national championship good,
Yeah, just couldn't do it.
and they just don't do it, man. That's just.
Didn't Jay beat them last year?
Yes.
Didn't Arizona beat Ole
People
Miss?
Yes.
think that that's
Yes.
the reason why Jay got the job over Bianco. I don't believe that. That's not had nothing to do with it. But yes, he did.
They talked about it a little bit last night. The sequence of events. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They called him, and then apparently Skip said, West Coast, we're not going to fool with it. And so Jay thought he was back out the mix. And then after that Super Regional, apparently LSU called again. This is what they're saying on
Now,
the
what
on
I've
the air.
learned, in the short time that Scott Woodward has been our AD is it's going to be Scott Woodward's decision and the 2 people that he's close to, and that's it. He is not getting any type of. He doesn't care who you are, what you did before. Like, hey, thank you for your input, but this is my decision. Like, you're not
Woodward's
going to
gonna
influence.
do what he wants.
I tried. I sent him emails about a candidate that I would like to see.
You sent him an email?
Yeah, sent me an email last year.
Wow, good for
Me,
you.
Hollander, and
that's
Nagini.
right. I
What
did
time
remember
did you
that.
Why
send
don't
that?
why don't you tell
No,
us
we all did.
who was on
I
there?
know what. Oh, like just separately.
It was like a
thread.
Huh?
Was
it
it
a threat?
No, thread.
Oh, thread. Yeah.
An email chain.
Yeah, in a group. It was individual. It was
Oh.
individual. So, me and a couple other guys that played here. That
Got hammered,
We
logged into
I
your
was
computer.
Stone cold sober when I sent him this, and I was like, okay,
What's his
I
what,
want
Scott Ward at
to give him my
LSU.edu?
input on like if he wants to know like a testimonial of character of a guy that I thought that should be considered for the job, I'm going to send him. You know who the guy is, obviously.
Was there even did he reply?
I think his people replied. he didn't reply.
Yeah.
But they replied on his behalf, and they said, thank you for your email
Service.
and your input and your perspective. Like, we'll take it into consideration.
You're
like,
one of 875.
Yeah, very
right.
professional email.
Well,
But
you had so many. You were lost in the Go Tigers 5, 1956.
yeah,
Go Tigers,
I was
1990.
just giving him a perspective on the character of the coach that I had relationship with, that I knew and that I could attest to, right? And so that never, like, having a recommendation doesn't hurt, right? So that's what it was, me and a couple other guys.
That's a nice
and,
gesture.
You know, and like, that's what it was. I would like that because I felt like now Jay has been great. He's welcomed me and other players with open arms. He's coming on the show on Monday, which is great. So if you're listening or watching,
Oh,
or
he
you're
is? That's
yeah,
awesome.
He's come on the
Oh,
show on
cool.
Monday. Look, we're going to talk
You
baseball.
would have come on Monday also?
Monday?
Well, Mondays we're going to love it. Now we're in talks about maybe changing times eventually, which maybe that would allow
11
me to
a.m.
have my
11
friends
a.m.
on the show
Monday's
and make it more
tough.
fun.
It's like 8, 9.
Yeah, we got stuff cooking. You know, it's my work.
Hey,
Might be
you
two
have
under.
a job. You're
Yeah.
you're a professional.
Contributing
you're a
member of
professional-
society.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
But he's
overrated.
coming. He's
by the
coming on
way.
the show on Monday, and I'm excited about it because I want to talk actual baseball with him. I want to get inside of his head and talk a little bit about like what he thinks and how. Because the consensus between the guys that are in the program, that not necessarily the players, but guys that we know that have been there, whether they've been there through a couple coaching staffs. They have said that the one thing Jay is really, really, really good at is his in-game management, as far as like pinch hitting and strategy and controlling the bullpen, doing all of those things, which is the hardest thing to do as a manager or head coach is control the bullpen and the pitching staff. And now they've said he's done that. So I'm excited to talk to him about like what goes into that thought process, what makes a guy stand out in his mind, all those things. So for those answers, and if you have any other questions,
I would like to know,
Monday.
what would you do if he came and talked to you while you were batting and was like, hey, come over here? Would you
Okay,
ask him
I don't
that?
like that. I'm off the meeting. I've told you this.
I know, but I'm wondering. I want you to ask him. Be like, "Hey, what is your thought process?" And do you
I will
is
ask that.
it a case by case basis?
I want to ask that because listen, if I'm on deck and I'm getting ready to go and hit, this is me personally, right? And I'm about to go hit. Don't talk to me. If you have something to say to me, strategy-wise, you tell me before I get on deck or while I'm on deck, not
I agree.
right before I'm walking to home plate.
Kills the flow.
Yeah, because I have my mindset on what I'm trying to do. I have my plan. Like, you have put me in a position already to where I should know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, you've taught me that.
Now,
You've
unless
pushed
there's
me
like
that.
obviously the pitching change.
Right,
and
if there's
the
a
coach
pitching
comes
change, is one
out.
thing.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But if the pitcher's on the mound and there's no meeting,
give
or-
you some
if it-
information.
no. Like if it's straight up and there's no meeting and I'm going hit, let me hit. Because
It's like golf. If I'm over the ball, it's kind of over it.
the only time
Sounds
Maneri
like-
ever
Yeah,
did that
that's
to
what I
me,
would say.
the only time Maneri ever did that to me, he talked to me, I told him I was good, and then I said okay, and then he grabbed me before I went and he pinch bunt for me. He put Chris McGee in my freshman year and made him bunt instead of me because he didn't think I could bunt, even though I told him I was going to bunt.
And
Which
McGee
I'm glad.
got it
Actually,
down.
I'm happy he did. I didn't like bunting. Hated bunting. I tried to bunt one time in triple, I got hit in the face. So
Well, you're not a team player. We know that.
yeah,
mean, the show's called
I'd rather
Mik'd
hit
Up.
I'd rather hit the homer, not the bunt.
You're not a team player.
Yeah, that's why you have McGee. Team chaplain.
I had a guy at my manager and team chaplain. He is. He's officiating a wedding this weekend. You're gonna be there. He's going. He knows Lee
Gonna be
Foray.
late.
He does a good job. He did
Lee's
Joseph
getting
Morales'
married?
wedding.
Oh yeah.
Lee has been married with 2 children.
Wow.
Lee's married, but he's Lee's little sister.
Lee's sister.
Oh,
He knows it
okay.
because he's from Alexandria. Well, Floyd
That's
is
right.
from Alexandria, so he
Floyd.
knows them. So he's going to the wedding that McGee
Rebecca's
is
the maid of
officiating.
honor.
Maid of honor.
The lady.
Okay. But
Chris McGee will be there.
Chris McGee will be there.
Lee Foray will be there.
being very righteous.
Righteous.
No, but when I was playing for Tampa, my manager, who's still there, he's awesome. One of my favorite managers of all time, Kevin Cash. We're playing in Boston, and lefty on the mound, runners on first and second, no outs. And he said, "Do I have to fucking bunt you here? Or are you gonna get him over?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna get him over." And I was feeling good at the time. He's like, "All right, don't make me regret this." It's like, "All right." So I get there, and I get 1-2, but like I'm feeling good, I'm battling. Guy throws me a changeup, 3-run homer over the monster. Of course,
You're bad.
run around the bases. I was like, hey, does that fucking work for you? And he loves that, right? That's what he liked. So like, sometimes you just gotta let your guy go out there and fucking do it, right? And so just let him go out there and let him do it, and don't get in their head. And
I
that's
agree.
just
I agree.
That's just my thing.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I will ask him like, hey, what goes into that? Like, do you pick and choose? Like, I don't think he's talking to Dylan Cruz
No.
before those moments, or does he?
I don't think so. No, but I'm more curious as to the last time Blake Money pitched, which he's pitching tonight. There were some serious allegations by Mikie Mahtook.
It wasn't allegations. It was a question.
It was, but I feel like you were right that Blake Money
I
may have
thought
been
he was
tipping
tipping his pitches,
somehow.
or the catcher was tipping because they weren't. He had one strikeout and they were fucking tittying everything he's throwing.
No, look, in college baseball, like that's a thing now.
Professional baseball.
I mean, in the show it is. That's why they're going to the earpiece and the
yeah, you can
Yeah.
in professional baseball you have someone, and apparently there's one specific person on LSU's bench that is great at picking out tips, which is awesome. I love that. When I heard that, I was like, this is great.
I did that in 7th grade All-Stars.
But in the big
I mean,
leagues-
7-year-old All-Stars.
Floyd.
That was me, yes. Or
But in
first
the-
live pitch in there.
I'm sure 7th grade was very hard to pick up the tips.
Yeah,
Yeah, fastball.
Hey, here comes
yeah.
fastball.
What's this
It'll
right
be
here?
over the plate.
Comes the big
Yeah.
slow.
That was
loopy
a
curveball.
big steal the
Hey,
signs
throw the
guy.
fastball. You
Yeah.
can't hit that one.
I was
But
talking.
or you can be like Zach Greinke, and Zach Greinke will just tell you what's coming sometimes in the middle of a game.
Hit
He
it.
just tells him.
Here
and
come-
then-
you could- if
if
you
the-
could hit
if
it,
the
you could
catcher-
name it.
If the catcher's not on the same page as Greinke will just tell him what's coming.
But do you think that it won't be an Arkansas problem? Because I think there's a clear line of delineation of whether it
Listen.
was Arkansas
If there's something that is he's tipping, or the catcher that was catching, I don't know if it was Stravinsky or not. Who was
was.
catching?
It was Stravinsky.
So if it's not Stravinsky tonight, they haven't said the lineup. I don't know why they take forever.
Well,
to
yeah,
put the
because
lineup
I
out.
mean, look, it's everything, right? It's not only the pitcher, but it's the catcher. Like if he,
legs are too
I
wide.
learned in pro ball, like if you take a little step forward every time a breaking ball comes, you pick it. The catcher can tip the pitches as much as the
Yes.
pitcher with his glove, with his movements. But the catcher, I mean, there was times where I remember I was in AA and Brandon Morrow, who pitched in the big leagues for a long time, was like, "Hey man, like here's one of the things. Like every time you call a breaking ball, you start moving your knees around a little bit more. You're a little
Yeah.
more anxious because now you're prepared to block. Well, the other team knows that. Or every time you call a breaking ball, you always move one step a little bit closer to home plate to cut down distance if it's a dirt ball. They pick up on everything.
Yeah.
Right? So you're like, wow.
And once someone does it, everyone's gonna get it.
Yep.
It's in the scouting report. Hey,
and
this
then
is
it
what he
spreads
does.
like wildfire. So that's why it's so important to be stoic, set up extremely late so there's not enough time.
Maybe kick a leg out.
Right. Yeah.
So staying
No.
in that position, I noticed last night just watching Stravinsky always claps the glove twice, right before, like puts it in a spot,
That's another
hits
one.
it twice, and that's what I'm saying. Like, can you, as a hitter, I've never been
No,
in anything
no,
that
you
loud.
can
Can you
relay from the
hear
coaches.
that? Can
No,
you-
you're gonna have to get it relayed to you.
Yeah, so there's somebody in the dugout or a coach that's relaying the pitches in. It's your number, it's your last name, it's
It's
a
an
hey,
arms
see it-
fold,
it's-
arms.
So maybe sometimes it's a peek over at the first base coach, and he's got his hands like this, or he's swaying his hand, or he's touching the top. Million
Yeah.
different ways.
Because I mean, he does every
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
You watch him,
But
it's
that's a
bap,
good-
bap,
But it's
and
gonna- if he's
like-
not-
maybe it's
he's
this
not
and that's
catching-
heater, and then when he doesn't do that, it's a breaking ball. Look,
They'll pick it up so
If he's not
fast.
catching today, and McManus is catching today, and Blake Money is getting swings and misses, and guys don't look like they're all over his stuff, then maybe he was doing something.
Maybe Arkansas
You know?
is in the weeds.
Or maybe Blake Money is the one tipping. Now, my friend who coaches in the SEC said he does not. I asked him. I was probably a bad timing. I asked him right before the game. He said, no.
Blake Money, no.
I said, is Blake Money tip? He said, no. I said, no explanation, just no. So
So that's a strong case for
I think he
yes.
was getting ready to go out there and coach
oh,
his
dude, you
team.
could be maybe. I mean,
No, if he told you no, it's
Yes, no.
it's
No.
not.
No. He didn't give me an explanation.
he
but-
would have gotten wind of it if it was a
Yeah,
thing.
and look, maybe he was just doing something that game. I don't know. Maybe he fixed it. We'll find out tonight because he's got good enough stuff to where you shouldn't just strike out one guy.
They were
And
barreling
they were
everything.
not. They weren't chasing and they weren't missing. So I don't
It's
know. We'll
not
see.
so much the heaters, it's laying off the breaking ball.
Exactly. It's the takes.
You could tell if the takes on the breaking
Yeah.
balls are a certain way where you're
Right,
like,
and
okay,
that's
too
why I
easy of
texted
a
you.
take and a tough count to take the breaking
Yeah.
ball that easy.
Right.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's what they were. You could tell they were. They knew it was coming. It was bizarre. Once he noticed it and I started watching, it was like, oh my god, they had something.
If the balance is so on every pitch and the timing is so on every pitch
spit
and they're
on
spitting on
everything.
breaking balls down and away and tough counts, you go, okay, this is something's going on.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out tonight. But It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna go to dinner after this. That's gonna be the What's for Dinner, brought to you by Doe's.
Salad Station.
Nope, not Salad Station.
Salad Station?
No, I've been on salad kick because I've been for 2 weeks ago.
There's a picture on
felt
Instagram.
real bad.
Sure.
I was bloated. We had a picture on the water, and I was like, I didn't feel good about myself.
Okay.
So
I've been making adjustments this week too.
And so I was like,
I had heavy salads
but it was like I hadn't pooped in like 3 days. So like it was bloated. I was bloated. I was like, okay, I gotta eat better because that's obviously from what I was eating.
Yep.
And so for these last 2 weeks, I've been trying to eat better,
You feel better.
and I feel way better.
It's hard to eat
feel
good, though,
better.
isn't it?
It is. But
It's hard to eat healthy.
when you cook, like steaks are great.
Sure.
I don't cook with butter. I don't cook with I cook
Right.
healthy. So,
You cook, dude. I bragged about you today. It
Did you enjoy my
Yeah, I was about
steaks?
to say.
nails. So good.
I'm a good steak- I'm a good
yeah, dude.
griller.
It was.
Oh,
I
steak
didn't have
was
to touch
fantastic.
it.
It was very good.
But I will say, he over there ate it in the corner like a rat because he fucking housed it. He didn't come down and sit with everybody. He was cutting his
I only
steak.
cut,
and
no,
just
but I only ate
mouthing.
half of it. I only ate half of it. I only ate half my steak.
Ate it.
I cut the steak in
I
half.
ate the other half to save you.
Yeah, I ate the steak in half.
Portion
I ate the steak.
control.
I cut the steak in half.
I'm very
Portion
bad at-
control.
I'm very bad
That's
at
the thing.
portion
I can eat as healthy as I want, but I eat a lot of it, and that's not good.
No, I have a tough time eating a little bit snacks late.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but then you're like, oh, I ate
wonder
super
why.
healthy. I ate super
That's
healthy. I can
brutal.
eat this 1 or 2 cookies and I'll be fine. But then
I've
two
had a
cookies
little
turn
bit
to
of an
4.
Achilles heel
Two
lately
cookies
with the
turns
chocolate.
into 12.
You're not much of a sweet guy, and you ate the whole
and
cookie.
eat a lot of
Whole
cookies.
thing of cookies.
You know,
Yeah.
don't put
Oh,
fresh
wait,
cookies in front of
The
me.
Easter bunny, the little
was about-
chocolate.
I just
Easter
got
Easter
The Easter
bunnies.
bunnies, the Easter bunny eggs.
Oh,
Those
you
are the
tough?
Reese's eggs.
Are you in chocolate in the freezer?
Yes,
I will. I like it either way.
I like it in the
Yeah.
freezer. I put Dove chocolate in the freezer and I suck on it.
Oh, we talked about this the other
did talk
night.
about it the other night.
dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk
though?
chocolate.
Okay.
And then I read the nice little pump
Yeah, I
you
can
up
do
messages
that.
on the
I
Dove
could fool
chocolate
with that.
things.
I can't do dark chocolate.
Well, dark chocolate's healthier.
Jeez, man.
That's what they say, but I mean,
Yeah, they also doesn't taste as well.
yeah, it tastes terrible actually.
You know, but how do we get on this? Oh, for dinner, we're going to dinner. We're having options of 3. We're not gonna pick a place yet because we just don't know where we're gonna go, and depends on what happens when my wife gets here, which I don't know when that ever happens because my wife she's very punctual.
She is? Or she's notoriously late?
Well, she had to go get the dog. A dog was at daycare today.
You're in a dangerous situation, my friend.
Our dog was at daycare, so she had to go pick him
Oh,
up.
yeah, he's a bully.
No, he was getting bullied, but he stood up for himself the other day. Some dog growled at him, showed him his teeth.
Yeah.
He Mike
Allie
Tyson.
said he got back and gave him like the back off me bark.
Yeah,
And
but
Allie's
I
like,
heard it
"Whoa."
was like back away a little bit. It was kind of
No,
one of those,
Allie
like
backed him
Allie's
away.
hold me back. You know?
Yeah, wait, but at least he did something.
Yeah.
At least he didn't just run
A
away.
little bit is better than
It's
nothing.
better than nothing. He gave I don't know, I didn't hear the bark, but to me it seems like I'm the scared bark, but I'm gonna bark loud because I'm scared, like the howl. So I'm proud of my dog.
Good.
Proud of Kobe.
Step in the right direction.
He's in the right direction.
Mama
But,
mentality.
Spring
oh
game.
look, speaking of, she's here.
She made it.
Right on time.
There we go.
So about that spring game, you were saying nobody really talking about it.
Nobody's talking about
why,
I feel like nobody's talking about the spring game.
Look, I heard a little bit of the so Brian Kelly's thing today. Somebody posted on Instagram, watching a little bit at lunch, and even one of the media people asked a question. He looked at them, and was like, "That hasn't been released to the media yet." Like almost kind of like there's some kind of,
What is the question?
the schedule of the spring game. And he's like, "Oh, I thought that was released." He
So
looked
nobody
over,
knew what time the spring game was?
Well, they knew a time, but like
But they're doing a different format.
It's
in
weird.
which
It's
it's
just-
where's the
now
format?
sports.
it's
I don't know.
offense versus defense. There's no teams. It's the offense versus the defense.
Oh, I think I like that.
I like it
and
more
defense-
than purple versus or
Yeah,
red
because
versus
the teams,
white, whatever.
Because the teams like
Are you a spring game guy? Are you on the spring game? I'm off the spring
no.
game.
I'm
on this one.
I'd like to see this one. Yeah, I'd like to see
To
this one.
just see the little Brian Kelly, what we
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
cooking.
I want to
Yeah.
see.
Sure.
I want to
And the
see
new
the
format actually
That's fair.
does something for me.
That's
I
fair.
want to see the new format. I want to see what the quarterbacks look like performing
I'm
underneath the new
I'm
offense.
on Brian Kelly, man. I'm on the hire. I'm fired up
I'm
about
way
it.
on it.
I'm
listen,
very on it.
This article that was posted, this article on ESPN that I read was like everything that we know and we feel like is going on is it is amazing how unorganized and how unprofessional the program was how it was being run.
Are you surprised?
I'm not. But then to hear it, like I had to put in this new system, these new organizational systems that every school and like, I think it was Ivan Mizell wrote the article for ESPN, and he said in the article, and this wasn't Brian Kelly's quote. It was Brian Kelly said that he added new systems that And then after the quote, it was, these systems are used by every single college football program in the country.
Look, we won the
But
national.
we were not using them.
We won the national championship. We got fat and sassy for a couple of years, and that happens.
That's exactly.
Yeah, but that comes from the top. And that's why I'm excited. I'm excited because
it was burned.
I'm gonna tell you what I think's impressive.
Let me hear it.
You listen, you hear the coaches talk, and that's huge, right? But it's how it translates from the top to the bottom, and that's it, whether it's a sport, business. I mean, you want your
Ethics.
lowest person to be the most, however you want to talk about it, right? And so, watching the player interviews yesterday. Now, when they were posted yesterday, but when they were given, I don't know. But I never heard I. It's we. They were talking to Mason Smith, and somebody was asking about how he was doing. He said, well, we are doing well. And they asked him about his. He said, well, let's really talk about Jaquelin Roy or BJ or whoever. I like that.
It starts from the top down.
It's 100%.
Organization, structure, discipline, from the janitor to
Maintenance
Brian
man.
Kelly, everybody in between doing the right things. That's how, sorry Floyd, Coach K, Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, Joe Torre, on down the line. That's
Jerry Sandusky.
Now look, that's a dark comment. There you go, going dark again. Okay.
He goes dark.
He does.
Very dark.
That's Floyd's go-to move. He's a dark kind of guy. But listen, but that's what it is, and that's how it. And like when it's structured and organized, and the communication's there, like. Not to say that it guarantees victory, but that's how the best companies are ran. That's how the best sports teams are ran.
Right. That's how he's running. He's running like that, which is good to see. One, and two, the players are buying into it, and
It has to be refreshing.
And they see it. They're like, okay, this is like
Real.
players want. Like when you're young, you want that. Like. You may not act like you want that, but deep down you want that. That's why people keep going to Alabama, because they know, hey, Nick Saban's gonna either get the best out of me, or I'm gonna realize like I'm not good enough. Yeah. Like you need that, right? And you need someone to bring that out of you, and that's what he is doing. And like he's gonna go out and he's gonna get the best recruits he can get, but he's also gonna be strategic on the recruits that just because you're ranked high and you're very, very good, but you got all these issues, you ain't coming. Like there's a guy that's maybe just as good as you from a different area, but he's got no baggage, he's coming. Yep. Because he's got the makeup that I want, which is huge. That's what you want.
Brian Kelly wins the national championship last year at some point.
Oh, that's a given.
Well, that brings me to my next point.
That's a given.
One, Coach O is on this tour around the country.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. He is at the Notre Dame.
He's addicted to football.
He's at Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Giving these
why
speeches.
is he all of a
He's at
sudden
Miami.
a consultant?
But he's so bad.
He had an interview at Jackson on a Jacksonville.
He's obviously well respected enough, Floyd, to get all these jobs and go all these
Yeah, but
places.
his son, he got his son the
soundbite.
job at Miami.
I
mean,
think
that was
he's well liked. I think his personality gravitates people towards him. I mean, this many years in football,
Maybe
he
he's
has
chasing
to know
it.
enough.
He's chasing
okay.
It's
He likes
about
to be
crowd.
on the road. He's just chasing.
Well,
the
offensive
crowd.
line's his thing.
Defensive
right?
line,
Defensive
Mike,
line. Defensive line's his thing.
absolutely.
You know exactly what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing in South Bend.
Yeah, but he was in Jacksonville.
He's
and that's
setting
where
that range on that app a little wider every time he goes.
Indiana, shit, we can get there in the morning.
Oh,
We'll be there
shit.
tomorrow.
Shit. Blondes. Just blondes.
Just blondes.
Just blondes. But
That's
talking about
that's
Coach
how
O.
they do it now?
Talking about Coach O.
Range. I've been out the game for a long time.
You're
Coach.
looking at the wrong guy.
I'm happily married. My wife's sitting over there. I've been out the dating app game. I wasn't ever even
I've
involved.
never been to
in
the dating app game. I've never been on that. I don't know what that looks like.
I'm not about
Andrew,
that.
how was that?
I mean, it's been a long time since I've been out of the game, so I was just sitting real quiet.
Yeah.
So he's on the Jacksonville.
So what you do? No.
He does an interview on the Jacksonville radio station. He says that he believes that Brian Kelly is going to win a national championship in his third year.
Well, he said the window for LSU, what they
Is
expect
3
is at
years.
3 years, and he's
not wrong.
Historically accurate. Nick
Yeah, but
Saban,
that's
3 years.
Yeah,
Les
that's
Miles, 3 years.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, but let's talk about this. The state of the program that Nick Saban left it in was easy to do in 3 years. The state of the program now, look.
I don't know about less.
Okay, it's better than what it is right now. It's
but,
better.
See, I'll argue the opposite because let me tell you why. State of the program as far as organization. Let me tell you why I think that all of these players leaving did him a favor, right? All of those guys that transferred out and basically having an empty roster and you can go out and you can get as many guys as you want, cleared out that culture on its own. You didn't have to go and try to change people's minds at LSU to be able to put your culture, because all these guys left. So now you go and recruit, and you're bringing in all these transfers that fit the mold that you want. Now they may not be the exact perfect fit.
It's a different time. Now let's talk about it. I mean, there was no transfer.
We're talking about
there
it.
was no NIL. There was no so back then, 2014, 15, 16. It was okay.
No doubt.
Buy in. I can't
No doubt.
transfer.
No doubt.
All right, let's go win.
And that's why. And that is why O got the job.
I think it's a different stage. It's a different, entirely different scenario. But I will say this: I think there's pros and cons of both ways. I think LSU, whenever Les left, was more respected.
Oh yeah,
on a
for sure.
national level,
For sure.
than what it was when Ogeron left.
For sure, but the departure of all the guys, I think helps.
No, I
Brian
agree.
Kelly. That's my take on that.
Eight wins next year?
I said
I think you get 9.
I think they can get 9. I also
Over-under will
think
be 8.5.
I was
The
looking
over-under
at
will be
the
8.5, yes.
schedule, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, like
Auburn can beat Auburn.
what do we open up with Florida State? They're not very good.
in New Orleans.
Okay,
In
right?
New Orleans.
So
I'll be there. I'll be there.
I was seeing 8,
Sweets.
9. I think that's
Look,
the number.
We can
So-
work on that.
so
We can work on
listen,
the Sue for the boys.
You look at that schedule. You
give us some more
easily can have
sponsors.
6
Go
wins,
Give us some more
right?
sponsors.
Going to
We'll get Sue for
Alabama.
the
Go
boys.
live from there.
Easily have 6. You're playing Bama at home, so you could have easily 6 wins playing Alabama at home this year, right?
Bowl eligible.
So
Let's go.
I mean, like you potentially, there's gonna be a game that
Listen.
you look at on that schedule that everyone says LSU can't win. That we will.
Always. And
Listen,
then there's
listen,
one that we
listen,
lose,
listen,
and that's
listen.
goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think that I'll put Alabama as a loss. I'm not saying we can't beat them. I'm putting them as a loss. Just
We were supposed
Looking
to
at the
get
schedule.
our ass beat last year. And
That's my point.
We played
I'm
them
not saying-
closest we played in 6 years.
that's my point.
It's a loss.
It's a loss, right?
Yeah, but-
So I think that, I think that we can beat undefeated by that game.
We beat
before
them
that
one
game.
time in like 25 years.
I think. Look, listen.
Chalk it up.
Played real hard.
Yeah.
Ole
We're
Miss.
hoping.
Ole Miss is losing
Oh, they
a lot.
blitzed.
Ole Miss is losing a lot of guys. Mississippi State they'll probably be better. They'll probably be okay. Auburn, turnover, a lot of turnovers. Their quarterback's gone.
There's been goofy stuff going on
They
over
had some
there, yeah.
goofy things going on there. I don't know
Not
how
a
that
lot.
guy. I don't know how that guy kept his job.
How are they preseason ranked like number 6 in the
I
country?
don't
What are we
know.
preseason?
Shake my
Not even
hand.
the 25,
I don't know.
which is good. Keep
Really?
us out. Keep us out. I don't
We're
want
not
to be in
even
the
preseason
top
ranked
25.
25?
Keep us out.
So
Prove something.
those three, right?
aggressive.
Yeah.
We
Wait.
play Florida.
Is that true?
I swear, yeah, pull it up. We're not even in the preseason.
I don't- they haven't
Auburn's like
released
I
They,
saw the other day, and I
So
kind of laughed at it.
Florida's hit or miss. I don't know the exact schedule, but the schedule lines up to where I think that 9 is realistic. I think that if people buy in and they get hot, they could maybe sneak in a 10-win season. I'm not saying they're going to. I think they can win 9 games.
We're
Ten
not,
wins
e-
with
we're
the
not
ball.
even ranked with Brian Kelly. We got 19
I like that.
quarterbacks. We got Emery. We got Butte. We got
like
wait,
that.
what?
The second
Yeah,
thing
I
you
thought-
said is the reason.
Yep.
Is Butte leaving?
What?
What?
I thought y'all said something on. Okay,
Butte?
then I came in late.
Oh, Butte's
listening
back.
to the. I was listening. Time out.
He's got that Gordon money. He's coming
I was
back.
listening to the show the other day, and I thought
Yeah,
y'all were
Gordon.
talking about
Fat,
on the other
PHAT.
morning that something was going on with Butte again. No, did I misunderstand?
I'm
that on Gordy's show?
on the morning show. I don't know. It's him. He's the producer.
But I
Okay.
got in a little late.
Floyd is
This
the.
was like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Have you heard the
and y'all were
Butte
talking
not
about-
coming back? That's not real, huh? I would have seen something about that. by now.
Butte's in the transfer portal. We're here first.
He was at practice yesterday. Okay.
No, he was playing Madden today, but he's still in the walking boot. He was playing with the Cardinals first. Who's the?
What?
I was watching him on Instagram Live.
Butte not
Why
being.
would you do that?
Butte not being with us.
I just
would
want to
be
see
a
what he
big
was
problem.
doing.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Still in the
That'd be
boot.
a real
That's
serious
news.
issue.
Still in the boot.
It was the
watched it
ESPN
too.
25.
The one position group I'm not worried about is wide receiver.
The one position I am is quarterback, and that's why they're not in the top
I'm not
25.
really worried about the quarterback position.
I think
I think
that's
it'll be
gonna
better.
We have enough
That's gonna
guys.
solve
We have
itself.
enough guys.
Well, you're
We
gonna
got-
have not
And you
that
have the.
Well, they're gonna
the-
leave. Sure, but you have Mettenberger. You got the Arizona.
Mettenberger?
I'm a Mettenberger. Why do I keep saying Mettenberger?
Miles Brennan.
Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry.
Brennan and Mettenberger aren't that far away from kind of being similar, though, if you really think about it. Kind of tall, skinny, not very much foot
Bricks
speed,
for feet?
good
No,
arms.
I wouldn't
fat.
call Miles Brennan skinny anymore.
Look, I'm still
Miles
kind
Brennan-
of riding the Nuss train, man.
Look, they say he is making a push to compete. I think Jaden Daniels is a starter. I think Nuss becomes a backup, and I think Miles Brennan ends up transferring. But I could be wrong. I'm not in there every day. I haven't watched them play. I am excited. I think the quarterback should be fine because I'm excited to see the development and the quarterback coach and the system and the guys that they have in there. I think bodes well to develop our quarterback. Look,
Ryan Kelly's
They
fun,
were
man.
successful at Notre Dame with decent quarterbacks, and they made them good. I
So-
think there's more talent in the quarterback room now than Brian Kelly's ever had at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is my whole thing. You know, everybody talks about, well, Brennan's got so much experience. Jaden Daniels got so much experience. So Brennan played in 3 games. Brennan played in 3 games with better coaching than Nussmeier played in his 3. I mean, it's obvious he had no coaching last year.
Yeah.
And the plays were probably just,
Well,
flip a coin.
yeah.
Oh, let's run that.
Well,
and
O was micromanaging a lot from what I
right,
was
and I'm
told.
not saying anything negative, but regardless, it wasn't the caliber of coach
Right.
he has now. And so you can't really go off of Nuss last year with his 3 games.
He was playing huck it, chuck it, fuck
That's what
it
I'm
football.
saying. So I mean,
You basically start him against Arkansas, and then like you redshirt him after. I'm like, bro, what? You're setting this guy up to fail.
yeah, his football IQ's got to be off the charts. I mean, he comes from his dad's
Well, look,
NFL quarterbacks coach.
They're talking
like-
about how much of an adjustment, like how big of a jump he's made already, and like
Because he got
re-
coached.
Exactly,
That's
and
what
like
I'm trying to say. So how is he not a contender?
He is.
How is he
No,
not
he
a
is. Nobody's
true
saying
contender?
he's not. People are talking about how he's making a run to be the starter.
The reason I think that he might not be in contention just because it sets up such it ruins like the timeline kind of. If you
agree.
have Garrett
One of the
Nussmeier
2
become
older
the starter,
guys
you
leave.
have Walker. Yeah, right. And then where are you? You have Walker Howard, admittedly next man up. But if Garrett Nussmeier grabs it by the haunches, Walker Howard's going.
Not
"Wasn't I
necessarily.
supposed to
I
be
don't
the
think
guy?"
necessarily.
I really don't think Walker leaves.
Not
I know,
necessarily.
but I'm just saying,
Here,
but
but here's-
timeline-wise,
here's
it
my-
stinks
here's my-
for him.
no,
But look,
here's
at the
my-
end of the
here's
day,
my-
the best guy plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without
Here's the
trying to
reason
win
why.
here.
Here's the
This
reason
is-
why.
yeah.
Nussmeier got the red shirt, obviously, because you had
He didn't play the bowl game.
You had
right?
John Trey playing quarterback.
And we all were convinced LSU was going to win. It was unbelievable.
I know. He threw 3 touchdowns.
Bad play
though.
calling.
He did do all right.
He did fine. He's gonna get in the NFL because of that. Anyway, actually, he's gonna get in the NFL because his 42 inch vertical and his 10.6 broad jump and his
Was the
4.4 40.
highest in
Like
the
that's
combine,
gonna be
right?
that's gonna
Seems
get
like
him
he
in the
might have
NFL.
been wasted a little bit.
But
Those are NFL numbers.
those are NFL numbers, and he's funny and he's a good clubhouse guy and he's gonna be a gunner and then he's gonna look up and you're gonna be like, damn, Russell Gage is a starting receiver for the Falcons, and you look up 4 years.
He
like,
just signed
damn,
a contract. Russell
John
got some
Trey, yeah.
dollars.
John Trey Kirkland is a starting receiver for insert team.
New
you know?
Orleans Saints.
Like whatever.
Yeah, I
right?
was about to say, there's
Houston
no way he couldn't
Texans.
go play for the Saints this year when you look at last year.
Right, like he'll have an opportunity because of his athleticism.
Race
That's not the
and
point.
McMath.
That's not the point. I forgot what was I talking about? I lost my train of
the
thought.
quarterback
Quarterbacks.
competition, Nussmeier possibly been able.
Oh,
to,
see, you said the timeline. So Nussmeier got redshirt, right? So this year he's a redshirt freshman. Walker's getting redshirt, so he plays this year. Let's say he wins the job. I'm not saying he's going to, but as far as time, let's say he wins the job. He balls out. Okay. Now Walker's a redshirt freshman next year. Okay, fine. Let's say he doesn't. Let's say that Nussmeier is that good, and he's a starter for this year and next year. Okay, now he's gone. Junior year, see ya. And now you have at least 2 years with Walker as your starting quarterback. Joe Burrow showed you don't need to be 20 years old to get drafted. Joe Burrow was 23 when he got drafted, and he was the first overall pick, and now he's like that. Age doesn't matter in the quarterback room. And Brandon Whedon got drafted at 28. Now that was a mess up, but I don't think it necessarily messes up the time as much as you think.
and I don't.
Oh, I'm not
Walker
worried about the
Howard
timeline in
doesn't
terms of age.
You said the
strike
time.
me as
Portal,
I'm just
portal.
gonna leave. I just don't
Yeah, but
think
he's not
gonna
gonna. He will never leave. He understands. Walker's quote was, I love it here. Obviously, I want to be here. I'm learning a lot. I'm getting through that threshold of like the freshman like wall of not knowing, and I'm understanding things. I'm playing better. I understand. Like, I'm understand that my time is going to come. Like I'm okay waiting if I have to wait because he knows he's going to redshirt this year. He goes even if I have to wait next year because he understands it. He did it.
Well,
he
then you
played-
only get Walker Howard for 1 year. Redshirt sophomore, boom, bang, gone.
Yeah, but
So
you
what?
win 10
Then you-
games.
then you-
Well,
but that's-
I would like to win a
then you
national
have-
championship.
Yeah, but I mean, look,
Listen, Mac Jones was a first-round pick. He played 1 year at Alabama. Stayed there for 4 years. It doesn't matter.
Good point. Valid point.
look, but I also think
It's
too,
not the same prospect.
What do you mean not the same prospect?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Mac Jones was not expected to come in and win a national championship. They had.
Yes, he was. When he got drafted,
but
he was a
clearly
high
in the
pick.
quarterback.
I don't
room.
know. I'm talking about before that.
He was
Were
a
you
high-
ever worried about Mac Jones starting under center whenever you were going against Alabama? No.
Well,
Walker Howard has all of the clout,
But
everything
but
that
why
comes
does
with being
but
the quarterback at LSU.
But that doesn't affect what's going to happen to his future, though. Like that shouldn't affect just because of.
It accelerates the timeline. That's what I'm saying. If he plays well, redshirt sophomore year, you can leave.
But I know that. But so you're saying you want him for multiple years? My thing is, if you have a system where you have a quarterbacks coming in playing for 1 or 2 years and he's out and he's going to NFL, you are going to have a pipeline of quarterbacks like Alabama.
they're all going to want to come.
That's my point. Is like, I know selfishly as LSU fans, we want him for multiple years.
Well,
Like,
how many?
for sure.
How many is the max? You get maybe two good.
If he's a great quarterback, you get 3 years from it. You want 3 years from a great quarterback. 2 years from a great quarterback.
Three's
with the
probably
days
pushing
of
it.
this transfer portal, I mean, that's over. You will never see a room with Tua, Jalen Hurts, and Mac Jones again. You'll
Well, you
never.
didn't. You saw.
Well, Mac Jones was fucking buying gallons of milk and
But
smoking
what I'm saying
cigars.
is, like, with the
Fat
transfer
as
Mac
portal,
ever.
it's
Jones
over.
is
You're not
big
going to
recruit.
stack them any longer.
Yeah.
Like, with the portal, there is no stacking. It's done. You get your guy. You hope to keep him.
LSU's going to lose a quarterback this semester.
I believe that, but I'm just saying that I don't believe that I don't believe that if Nussmeier gets the job, it doesn't affect what happens to Walker's future. I don't think that. I think that Walker understands that, hey, if he gets the job, he's going to play for 2 years. He's going to be out. I'm going to play for 2 years. I'm going to be in the NFL, and that's the revolving door of a successful program. That's what you
As
need.
Brian, like, let's say you're Brian Kelly or you're.
I thought you were just
Jim
about to call
Rob.
him Brian. I was like, damn, on first name basis already.
Yeah.
Saw him at Geno's?
Let's say,
I saw him at
let's
GA
say
dinner
you're
the
sitting
other
at
day.
you're talking to Brian, and
You might park his Tesla.
Yeah, you're hearing him out. There's no way he says, man, I'm not going to start Nussmeier because Walker might transfer. Like, this man's got to win. Like,
No
you're
doubt.
talking about, if you're not winning, you're out.
Listen to me.
And
Walker
so
has been
there's
guided.
no way he
No,
bases
knows.
the future
He's not.
on a freshman.
And listen,
possible transfer.
Walker is in a position where he trusts the
Don't
head coach.
forget who the LSU fan base is. They're going
Yeah,
to go
but
nuclear.
But you're talking. I'm talking based off of what is going. Like I'm talking based off of what Walker's
Perfect
thinking.
plan.
And what I'm not even talking about plans. I'm talking about based off of what he's thinking and the advice that he's getting from his dad, who played quarterback at LSU for 4 years. He probably shouldn't have been a freshman starter. Like he understands the pressure that comes with that. I'm talking from the perspective of a head coach who understands everything he does is strategic, it's planned, it's well thought out. He has an offensive coordinator and a quarterback's coach that is very good at developing their guys. I'm talking from the perspective of like, hey, what is good for the team? I don't give a shit from the fan side because if you're winning, everybody's happy. I don't care who is. I don't care who's playing quarterback. If you're winning, you're happy, right? And if you're winning with Nussmeier as the quarterback for 2 years and he goes and you only get Walker for 1 year and he's gone, I'm happy with that because that means we're winning. Yeah. If our quarterbacks are leaving before their senior year, that means we are winning football games and they're good.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm okay with that.
Not to keep this thing dragging on too long because
you
I know
keep
we have
me
to get
too.
out yet, but I'm saying that whenever you think about how LSU and LSU people react,
I
8-9
understand.
wins, is that enough? No. It's going to be Brian Kelly's third year, no national championship. You have Walker Howard not playing, sitting on the sidelines, but playing a little bit and showing you flashes.
But by his third year-
it's going to be happening in the second year. It's going to be a quarterback controversy immediately, and they're like, "Why doesn't Walker play?"
But listen to me,
and
if
Brian
you're not
Kelly has
winning-
never handled something like that.
If you're
here.
not winning with Nussmeier,
No, they're going to be
quarterback,
winning, but they're going to lose the games that you think that they should win to be able to be a
then
national
you're just
title
going to play the
contender.
guy that he thinks that's
And now
gonna
you're
give him.
jostling back and forth, and you're
No,
fucking with
that's
his
not that-
development.
You're making up a situation that may not
That
happen.
will happen.
No, it's not. You don't know
It's happened
that.
as long as I've been alive.
Because we've never had Brian Kelly. You're making up a situation that you've never seen Brian Kelly go
Marcus
through.
Randall, Jamarcus Russell, Nick
I will
Saban.
say this: we talk about the amount of wins and losses.
Marcus
to lighten
Randall and
this up.
Jamarcus Russell. That's like Jamarcus Russell's a freshman.
Do you not remember them calling for his name every time
Of
he
course.
threw a football?
Of course they did, but what happened? He just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna keep doing this thing."
And
I'm
go 8-4.
Okay, and then he won the next year, but he didn't believe that he was ready. You have to trust. The fans don't know better than the head coach.
But they're the loudest voice in the room.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it gets you fired.
Hey, you know what? You know what happens when the coaches listen to the fans?
You get fired.
They turn into Coach O and you get fucking fired.
Yeah.
That's what happens. When you try to play to the fans, oh, we're going to recruit these guys, we're going to beat Alabama, we're going to focus on this one game just because the fans want it, you're fucking out because you don't have your eyes set on a bigger picture.
Forest for the trees.
What?
You have to see the forest for the trees.
Oh, yeah, but you don't have your mind set and your vision set on a bigger picture. You
But
have it
that's what I'm
set
saying
on what's
about
going to
the
make you
Walker-Nussmeier
happy
deal.
and make you popular within the fan base, and you can't. The role as a head coach is to put your team in a position to win for years and years and years to come. And if you don't believe a guy is ready, then you don't play him. That's as simple as that. Even if that means the guy that you're winning is going in, the fans don't know better than the coaches. I am just telling you, especially with the guy we have now. We paid him all that money. He has all his reputation. Give him his chance.
Let's put it in perspective. We haven't seen more than 500.
I got a little
in 2
heated
years.
at you right there,
So
Floyd.
I baited you
8
so
wins
hard.
would be great, right?
I think,
Like
yeah.
you haven't seen anything more than 500 in 2 years. So I do understand that. Wow, we set the world on fire in 19. Like that's cool. We had a generational quarterback. Like, everybody's got to – let's dial back a little bit, and let's go back to perspective. Anything over 600 is better than what you've seen the last
600?
wins-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're talking about what over and under on how many games you win. Like, just – I want to see this. I want to watch a game and not use timeouts because the play call couldn't get in. Like, I want to see that. Let's go there, and then let's start talking about we're going to win a national championship within 6 months or a year, 2 years, 3 years. Like, I'm so used to watching the most unorganized. Just
Right.
It's embarrassing what we've been watching.
That's my point.
Wait, a timeout after a timeout?
But literally because we couldn't get a play call in.
They met.
That happened
Huddled.
way too many times.
That's what I'm
Huddled,
saying.
talked about God knows what.
Yeah.
And then went on the field.
That's poor
And then
form.
we're like, wait, hold on,
Timeout.
we forgot to call a play.
Timeout.
You know, like if you're a recruit
I
watching
did that in high
that,
school
you're
one
like,
time.
what?
We got the kickoff, and they're giving me the signs. It was my first game as a starting quarterback as a sophomore, and I was getting the signs from the thing, and I couldn't get the signs. We had just gotten the kickoff, and I called timeout. It was the first play of the game. My offensive coordinator, who's now the receivers coach at UL, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I couldn't get the sign." He goes, well, "Fucking lock it in and pay attention, or I'm gonna take you out." And so then I would get real close to the sideline just in case I couldn't get it, so I could hear if they could yell at me if I didn't know it. I got it though. I was nervous, dude. I was nervous. I was
No,
sophomore.
that's
Yeah, the game
totally
speeds up when you're
understandable.
playing-
And then I called half of one play.
Did
and
you
half
get
of the-
baseball signs okay?
Yeah. Like, baseball signs are easy. They're giving me fucking numbers and like there's like all these different things.
Oh, yeah, baseball signs.
And so baseball signs are easy. Like if you knew Coach Manera, you knew his baseball signs every year. Because he had
Steal,
this-
bunt, hit and run.
No. I can't tell you what they were, but
Just kind of go back to the baseball deal. This made me think about it's about recruits.
I
Stuff
know
like
who
that.
they are. Talk to the man.
I
Saw
tell
them at
you
U
what,
Club yesterday.
I watched somebody was talking about it. It's about Louisiana recruits back on the baseball trail, whatever. And everyone's like, "Oh man, he needs to concentrate on Louisiana." Like I say no. Like I think back to y'all's. What was it, 8 or 9? What year did y'all win the whole?
9.
Okay, Florida, right? DJ's from like Maine,
Michigan.
Close.
Close.
Renato's from
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Like, give me that.
Micah
again.
Gibbs from Texas.
That's what I'm saying. Give me that.
Mikie
LNE,
Mahtook.
California.
LNE from California.
Yeah, I mean you're so
Hanover.
far down the road. I mean, geez.
Yeah,
a lot-
well,
lot-
Alabama.
God, they
you
wouldn't
forgot
get
you.
you.
Alabama commit.
And you still
forget.
have. What was it? I would have signed. They didn't offer me. It's their fault. But you had the few. I think you need to nationally recruit because
Yes.
you can. But I also think you need to sprinkle in the really good guys from Louisiana that are good.
100%.
You had
Yeah.
Nola. You had me.
And they're
you had-
gonna come here.
And honestly, the guys that are role players from Louisiana are beneficial to the team because
Buzzy's
those
a
guys
genius,
are going to
Bonus,
stick around and they're going to want to be good and they're going to be better. Like the guys that are talented that aren't going to start, they're going to leave. But the guys that are talented that are maybe not as talented as somebody else, but like they're going to come in, they're going to give you a walk-off home run against Alabama like Dozar did. Or they're going to go ahead and they're going to give you a spot start like Buzzy and McGee and Ponif did. Like those guys off the bench
And it matters.
who want to be and it matters.
Yep.
Those are important too. Now,
I completely agree. I just I understand that we're gonna recruit Louisiana in football. We're not really gonna recruit it.
Almost done. 2 minutes.
Baseball. Let's go national. I mean, like
I'm
obviously
with-
everything's
and we
national,
are because
but-
LSU baseball is a national brand, and they will recruit, especially with the NIL stuff and with Jay being from the West Coast. Like the national recruiting scene is going to be relevant right now. Getting all these guys may not happen because of the draft, but the draft is changing. A lot of guys that should be drafted are going to college, a la Dylan Cruz. Hey, you don't give me $5 million, I'm going to school, like because I can afford it and I don't need it. And
Sure.
he's going to go and he's going to make more than $5 million now that he came to LSU, right? Like that, those guys will come. Like the guy.
That's why we need
number
people
one-
in the stands.
Who?
People.
What?
That's why you want people in the stands.
Right. What? I'm
confused.
I'm confused at your route.
There's
there.
a reason you go to college to play baseball, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, because the atmosphere is different. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. You want to
Especially
enjoy the
coming
college
here,
experience.
'cause the
Yeah.
fans are
Beef.
rowdy and that.
That's another
I'm
thing.
about to
too.
say it'd be
Another
real
thing we-
cool to be 18 living that life. Yeah, geez.
It was. It's great. But you have a guy that you have coming from California, right? His name is Mikey Romero. He's probably not coming. Like those guys, the big recruits, like probably aren't going to come because they're going to be first round picks. So you have to be able to have the guys that you know are going to come in the back end.
Yep.
But you don't want to sacrifice talent. And I'm with you. It should be a national brand. It's a national recruiting hotbed. You can't, like people want to come down here. This is the best league in college baseball, SEC, and you're going to be premier, one of the top 4 baseball programs in the country.
Yeah.
You know, so that speaks for itself. But we're in OT.
I gotta go.
I know, we gotta go. We gotta go.
I gotta go see Chris McGee.
Huh?
I gotta go see McGee.
You gotta go see McGee officiate a wedding. This is a great conversation. This is good. See, this is what happens. You have friends. You start talking sports.
flows.
This is great.
Just flows,
If we move the time back, I get you in here all the time. We talk
Yeah.
sports. Talk sports,
Much
coach.
as you want, coach.
I'm wearing a
He
gold
does the whistle
chain
way. He
next
does the
time I
whistle way
come.
better than me.
I got a good one. We'll save it.
That one's too. They got good ones.
Do
All
it
right.
again.
What? I can move it around.
You're a lucky
All right,
lady.
I gotta go.
Okay. He does go pee. We're going. We got what's not for what's for lunch, what's for dinner. Brought to you by Dozy Place. We have 3 options. Either going to Jubin's, which just reopened. The girls went there last night. I don't know if we're gonna redo it. We have Overpass Merchant and we have Building 5. All those other restaurants, possibilities, but we're gonna flip a coin and figure it
Overpass
out.
Merchant Burger Fire.
Fire, very fire. You were going to a rehearsal dinner that my friend.
Rabbit food.
Not gonna be good food probably.
Now
but,
you're hungry.
Good alcohol, and then you're gonna have
Liquid dinner.
You're gonna have my friend officiate a wedding, which is gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
Chris McGee officiating the wedding.
Chris
His
McGee
third
taught me
one.
everything I knew about
That'll be his third
baseball.
one he officiated. He said it took him 3 minutes to get the license online.
That's troubling.
Um,
Smart guy.
That's
though.
it. Also, the last segment we have,
Curtain call.
we gotta save our segments. Our curtain call, which is brought to you by all of our sponsors: Lance Beal, Attorney at Law in Lafayette. Dos Equis almost spilt this. Give me some other sponsors. Frankie Harris, Assured Partners. What else we got? You don't even know.
Rejuve
Rejuve
I don't
New
know.
sponsor.
F45.
F45. Your sponsor. That's your sponsor.
Little arm.
But curtain call for me is Jay Haas is the dad
Mine's Bill Haas.
of Bill Haas, and he is 68 years old. And Bill Haas is he's teetering on losing. I don't know if losing his
Status.
Losing status to where he can't play in tournaments. Right? He had one exemption where he could play in this tournament. And if he places and is in a top whatever and he makes money on this tournament, he's probably going to give himself some more, like a little leash and some more leeway to keep playing. He could have picked anybody he wanted in the field to be his partner in Zurich, and he picked his dad, who's 68 years old, and these guys went 8 under. They're like tied for like 6th in the Zurich. That's my curtain call because that's awesome.
It's unbelievable.
That's great. I can't believe. I mean, he's gonna save his PGA Tour career by picking his dad, who's almost 7 years old, to play in the Zurich, and they're crushing it.
Yeah,
So, that's my curtain call.
That's the best curtain call you could do because
curtain
if I
call.
was going to be the son for picking the dad,
Yep.
like the simpatico of it all at a special
Oh, so
tournament.
you piggybacked off me. You cheated.
My curtain call Sean Achinko for coming to this thing.
Sean's great. Sean's
great.
And Andrew.
And Andrew.
I want to make
State
it
Farm
known.
Dude,
no stage
I did
fright.
get
Thought he was
the
gonna be
text
scared.
at
Not scared.
4:20. All right.
Oh, I see. The problem is I had the text sent
What
to you
time?
earlier, and it
I
didn't
literally
send.
got the text at 4.
It's the last minute call to the
4:20,
bullpen.
Yeah.
and I showed up.
You did.
I mean, look,
State Farm Drew doing it.
Andrew, give me a call if you need anything.
What's the
all
number? Say the number.
225-677-7744.
That's the only
your
free
cell phone?
advertisement. That's the only free advertisement we're gonna give on the show right there. State Farm Drew, you just got the number. If you can't, I'm not letting him repeat it. You have to rewind the show.
And we'll cut it
Go
out
get it.
of the podcast.
That's it.
Thank you for listening. It is 6:04. We went 4 minutes over time. I know you have to get to your rehearsal dinner, and we got to get to dinner. You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive, and we will see you on Monday at 11. That may change. Not next week.
We'll see
but
who won
soon.
our bets. We'll see. Going heads up a bunch. You
What?
first. Me.
Yeah, me and you. Heads up. I know. A lot.
Missouri, big game.
Big game.
Over 12.5.
That's it.
Under 7-6. Get you 13.
We win.
7-6. We win.
Missouri wins.
Floyd, you're... Yeah, he still wins his bet.
Yeah, but I win my Missouri bet. But
We're still in here.
yeah.
I think we are.
But
You're stupid.
oh,
You're stupid. Okay. Bye.
steak was overdone.